up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant 2 No Easy Buckets analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs. My name is Andrew Schulz. I'm here with Akaash Singh, Real Life Kaz, Alex Media, and Eden in the building. We got the full crew. Crazy weekend. We got ads, but I think they're mid rolls. Yeah, so we should be good. Let's just get right into it. Salute my man Stylebender.
Yes, sir.
Let's
go, boy. The podcast of champions. God damn it. Undisputed.
Undisputed middleweight champ. Got Bobby Knuckles out of there in the second round, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. I was texting with him prior, and he told me it was round 2.
Called it.
So crazy.
Called it.
Told me it was round 2. Yeah. He goes, I think I will get him out of here in round 2. He goes, I'm ready for 7, but I think we get him out of here in round 2.
Well,
it's a 5-round fight, but ready for 7 means
gotcha. I'm ready to go as long as it needs to go.
Basically, yeah. I have.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
So like when you train for a 12-round boxing match, you're like, I'm training for 15 rounds. I mean, it doesn't matter because whatever. The point is this: it was an unbelievable fucking fight. Did you watch the fight?
Watch the replay.
You watched the replay. Yeah. So yeah, you watched the fight.
Yeah. Watched the fight.
And you watched it.
Yes.
Okay. It was an unreal fight, but more than just an unreal fight, and we'll get into the minutia of the fight and talk about that. What was so incredible about it was the spectacle. And
talk about it.
Yeah, we need to talk about this because what I think a lot of fighters don't get, and Whitaker is one of them, is that it's really not about how good you fight. It's not only about how good you fight.
If you want to be a star.
Yeah. If you want to make money in the game.
Yeah, it's
right?
prize fighting.
It is
prize fighting.
Dude,
you got to give me moments to be
Exactly.
like, that's the fucking guy. And that was a moment.
No, people watching that fight, the majority of people watching that fight have no fucking clue how fighting works.
Yeah.
I don't.
But
You don't. I don't even know MMA shit. I know boxing, but I don't know about the kicks and the fucking jiu-jitsu and the ground stuff and the wrestling. I don't. But I love storylines.
Yeah.
I love getting attached to someone. I love knowing that there's some beef or something going on. And Izzy carried the entire promotion. The other guy in the promotion
Didn't say a word.
He was like, yeah, he's pretty funny guy. Has some good comebacks.
Yeah.
He really wasn't doing anything to build the fight.
Yeah.
And the UFC has to be so fucking exhilarated that Stylebender won because you don't even have to promote him. He's going to promote himself.
And there was a lot of things. And mind you, this is in all sports. Especially in combat sports, there's always these star-making moments for motherfuckers. Like Mike Tyson had his star-making moment. Floyd, fucking Hector. It usually happens in boxing because knockouts are more common and all this other shit. But UFC, it's rare that it happens.
Conor McGregor had one.
Jon Jones had one. Spider had one.
I don't think Jones had it.
Jones didn't have one?
We'll get into that, but I don't think he's.
Whatever you think about
star.
Jones.
Yeah.
Spider Silva had plenty.
Yes.
Fucking McGregor had plenty. Ronda Rousey. All these people. It's hard to get those type of star-making moments in the UFC. It's hard to get people to give a fuck about a sport so violent.
Yep.
And make it look so fucking beautiful. From the entrance to the way he knocked the motherfucker out to the way he fucking danced after the fight.
Right.
The shit he was talking. Bruh, he was a household name. The very next Sunday, on Football Sunday, he is the top story
in the news.
In all of sports news.
Because it's not about the fight, it's about the night. You are paying for entertainment. You must entertain.
Yeah.
And while a fight is entertained because it's the highest stakes, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you lose, you get knocked out.
Right.
You could have irreparable damage. I mean, you could die. That's why we watch this, because
you put your life on the line.
There's a chance that you'll fucking die. It's high stakes, But the whole package of entertainment. If you look at, I look back at, there's guys like Floyd Mayweather making hundreds of millions of dollars. There's boxers named Barrera, Morales. These are names that the average fight fan will definitely know. Who ended up making, and even some casuals back in the day, they were making millions of dollars, and they all made that money because of one boxer by the name of Prince Naseem Hamed. Prince Naseem Hamed was the first, I think he was a 130-pounder, who added spectacle to his
Was he the one who would do the
events.
flip into the ring?
Flip into the ring. He would do the Michael Jackson Thriller theme music as he walked to the ring, and he's dancing on the way. And what he showed the boxing world is, your weight doesn't define your worth. Meaning, back in the day, it was if you're a heavyweight.
Only.
Yes, that's who made the big money. No, your draw defines your worth. And he started having these massive draws at 130 pounds. All of a sudden, we were watching little guys fight.
Yeah.
Now, the perception back in the day was, why would I watch some guy fight that I could beat up?
Yeah.
Now, granted, these 130-pounders would
still
kill
destroy
anybody.
people.
but for the average 6-foot dude, like for a guy like you, you'd be like, I'll kick Marco Antonio Barrera, whatever his fucking. I'll kick his ass. He's little.
Casuals, because you see big, you assume it always equates with strength. So I'm almost gonna watch the heavyweight fights because those are the real ass kickers.
And they have the knockdowns, right? At that amount of weight, you're gonna knock people out. Izzy understands the game. Okay, the guy planned an intro with choreography and dancing.
His boys.
And also, when you add another level, because it's the fact that it's boys.
Yeah.
Let's say they weren't even his boys. Let's just say it's part of the night, right? Plans the dancing in the beginning. Amazing. Beautiful.
Smoked it.
He's actually good at dancing. He gets you hyped, okay? Goes into the ring. It doesn't stop there. Before the fight, when the camera pans to him, he signs the death note, right?
For the anime nerds.
The anime nerds are plugged in, right?
Yes.
Part of the dance, I think, was something to the anime nerds.
But the Naruto, they did the Naruto run at the end of it. Of course. They did the fucking Avatar type
now,
of shit.
When you write the death note, right?
Yeah.
The death note is a meme.
Yes.
The death note is a GIF. The death note is shareable. The death note goes social. The dance goes social. You can't guarantee.
The celebration at the end is a GIF already.
Yeah.
And then we do the fight. You knock him out. That's going to be great. But we're not done. After the knockout, the celebration with the gun, when he shoots everything, that's a gift. That's a meme. You're sending that to your friends about your own personal shit. And we're not done. We're not done.
Yeah.
The whole world is watching because you knocked this guy out. All the eyes are on you. You use that to promote your next fight. He goes right up onto the cage and he throws the middle fingers at Paulo Costa, calls him a juice monkey or whatever he is.
I want to get him before the USDA.
That's the guy he talked about when he first came on here, right?
Yes. So exactly. Yes, he was sitting in that exact chair.
Yo, to that.
Sorry,
No,
it was right here.
I just realized he said. You know how he said like I see the next move.
Yes.
I'm always looking 2-3 moves down the road.
Yes.
He been seeing that move
for a minute.
That double middle finger.
Yep.
He been thinking about that since the first time he came here. What, a year ago?
Yeah,
yes.
Just about.
Now, I'll tell you from personal experience. This has happened to me, even with my own shows. Sometimes you're so concerned with executing and wanting the outcome that you don't want to change anything or jinx it or risk it. You know, there'll be times where we're doing a show and we're setting up some cameras, and Alex will put a camera like on the stage somewhere, and I'll be like, maybe they can see the camera, and that'll make them feel uncomfortable. And if they feel uncomfortable, then maybe they won't laugh, and I'll get in my head about it.
Yeah.
I have to force myself to say fuck it, right? Because what happens when that camera's there for the magical moment?
Right.
And then you get that clip that ends up going viral. There are very few people that can see beyond the win and plan past the win. But if you can plan past the win, everything past the win is escalated. So if you have your dance, if you have how he saluted his parents afterwards, all of those things.
Very good Yoruba boy.
For sure. Went down, had a thing.
I'm like, my mom saw that shit. She was like, he is a good boy.
He could have made that whole shit up. But all the white people watching were like, oh, that's how Africans say hello to their parents. So everything, the fact that he had all these extra moments on top of it, right, is where you sell you yourself and where we start to follow you and see what's going on. What do you do when the world's watching?
Yeah.
What do you do when people are paying attention? And how can you capitalize on those moments? And I'll be honest, before you get the victory, it's hard to plan those because you feel like
you fear not getting the victory.
You fear not getting the victory.
And there's an arrogance that you fear like, yo, if I act like I got the victory, God or whoever, whatever, might not give me the victory to humble me. And then you just fuck yourself because you lose that moment after.
Yeah, you know what it's like? It's like getting on a plane, buckle your seatbelt and go, planes don't crash.
Yeah.
This will be the one that fucking.
Not my
fuck
planes.
says
My
that?
plane.
Yeah.
I land planes.
I land them bitches, right?
Yeah.
But who would say that? You don't say it because you're like, let me just fucking land.
Yo, if the pilot said that, I wouldn't feel confident. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, man.
What are you doing, dog? Right?
Yeah.
So that's what you think about before a massive moment like that. You're like, let me just get through this. Let me make sure I do. But there's a difference with people that are superstars. They plan after, and the Conor McGregors.
That
you know
was
what I
my
mean?
next point. My point is, I haven't seen
The Izzies,
something like
the
this
Floyds.
since Conor McGregor, especially for UFC. Not only because he's youngish, he's just turned 30. One thing that people aren't talking about, he's representing a market that the UFC hasn't really tapped yet.
This is
like they got the Nigerian champions, but they still haven't had that UFC Africa event that they know is going to do 80,000 in whatever fucking stadium it is. The same thing with Conor McGregor. As big as he was, and not only was he a great fighter and a big fighter, he was big for fucking Ireland.
Yes.
And now every time he came out, all of Ireland's coming out to see this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now what is he? Every
all
time
4
he comes
million
out,
Irish
all
people.
but they're coming deep. And now like Nigerians and now all everywhere.
Nigeria, you got 100 million.
They're gonna come
Now
out
they have
deep
the
for this
buying power of
motherfucker.
3 million Irish people, but you still have 100 million.
But I mean, like it's a great time, like for the UFC, especially with Nigerians, man.
Dude,
You
he's a
got 3.
star. The Rock DM'd him. I think screenshotted.
Shaq also.
Shaq, I didn't know. Conor McGregor was putting him on his IG story, talking about what a great fight it was. Like, he ready, man.
Household name overnight.
It is household name. He is the face of the UFC, and outside of the Africa market, which is 100% absolutely, I think what he brings to UFC right now is the most potent marketing device that exists in the world today, which is hip-hop. The UFC is devoid of hip-hop with its major stars.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Conor McGregor
He was the closest one.
is the closest, thing
one,
they
just
had
because he was real
to-
flossy.
And outside of
talked a lot of
flossy,
shit.
what was his name? What is his Instagram name?
Oh, the Notorious MMA. My bad. You're right. You got
And
that.
he would come out to Biggie
the
and
viral
stuff
clip
like
of him
that.
Comes out to
fucking
Biggie.
Yeah.
He got
riding the bike, singing
all that shit, flexing on
fucking
people with the Gucci belts,
Gotta,
the Gucci shoes, all
it's
that.
the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the dude would rap, he would spit, he would have the swag.
Yeah.
He brought hip hop. When I say hip hop, I don't mean literally the black people in the Bronx that started hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean the essence of what hip hop represents.
Youth.
And outside youth,
Confidence.
swag, confidence, bravado,
Yes.
right? But also execution.
Yes.
Yo, I'm the man, but watch me spit and prove that I'm the man. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I think that what happened is I think people thought Jon Jones was going to be hip hop just because he was a black guy.
Black, yeah.
He's not.
He's not.
He's from
Bones Jones don't even sound hip hop.
Bones Jones is a
Bones
fucking
Jones.
country DJ
Yeah.
in Albuquerque where John's is from. Like Jon Jones from. Like Jon Jones, to be honest, is like a Midwestern fucking regular dude.
Yeah.
There's no swag to him. You're not really sure who he is.
Yeah.
Izzy represents hip hop, and it's weird he's from as far away as you possibly can get from hip hop.
And he's
New
into
Zealand.
anime and whatever else that you don't associate with hip hop.
Oh, you thought you didn't, but you know what?
Yeah.
You know what
Young
the hood
kids,
was
young
into
kids.
when I was
Yeah.
growing up?
Dragon Ball
Dragon
Z.
Ball Z.
Kung Fu,
Exactly.
Dragon Ball. It was
Wu-Tang Clan.
Kung Fu for the older heads, right?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan. It was Kung Fu for the older heads, and then the younger heads start to get into Dragon Ball Z and these like
Thought it was
cartoons.
just a suburb.
No,
kid.
anime's
Nah,
a very
dude, the
anime's
hood
a
has had,
very
like,
like Meg Thee Stallion, another one, huge anime fan. Does a whole bunch of cosplay and shit. Like hip hop and anime have always had like this weird relationship with each other for a long time. But
I guess my point was more he seems very comfortable in his own skin. None of it seems
Yes.
put on.
yeah,
It's just, it's just dope. It seems authentic, and I think it's going to sell. It's not going to sell like Conor McGregor sold, but I think I don't know much about fighting, but he seems like a better fighter.
I think Conor McGregor. Look, there's a racial component to everything. You can't deny the racial component
Yes,
in things.
yeah.
The UFC is a predominantly like white fan base, just like most fan bases are predominantly white. We're in America; it's a predominantly white country, etc. Right? I think that Conor definitely satisfied that. Outside of like Ireland, he also satisfied like white dudes are like looking for a guy with some fucking bravado to go handle it, right? But I think what Izzy does is he spreads the sport, and I think that he is an example for all these young kids, like a Gervonta Davis, who's a boxer out of, I think, Baltimore.
yeah.
If Gervonta was 10 years younger and saw Izzy fight,
He might.
he's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
So this is where you start to see in my opinion, Africans absolutely getting into MMA, but more so than just African. You get to see the American hip-hop influenced audience say, I'm going to take a jiu-jitsu class. I'm going to take a kickboxing class. I'm going to do that, whereas the hood was always football, boxing, basketball.
Yeah,
that's rap.
And the great thing about him and the way he broke it down, almost like how Deshaun Watson broke down like fucking defenses in football, he made it very fucking digestible for everybody in the post fight conference. He was talking about how like, you know, just because these guys are big and juiced up or whatever, like they don't mean they're the best fighters. Like they look at me like I'm some skinny dude or whatever. Like
bring it.
I don't care if you hit the hardest. I hit the most accurate. I'm a striker, and he broke that shit down, and that's exactly how he won.
Bro, he said it a year and a half ago. Another podcast you weren't at. He talked about how like
one. I was at both. I was the other one, asshole.
He talked about how like He said this exact thing. I'm gonna change the way people fight.
You don't think Kaz gonna make it to your wedding? When he's asking for his invitation in the mail, be like, bro, I think it might be late. I don't know. But it's gonna get there. Don't worry.
I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm not missing for the world. God damn it. Even if you don't want
to. Or a slam event.
Hey, I gotta introduce 2 hot dog vendors a little later at Grand Central Station, so I can't make the podcast because it's a very important hot dog introduction thing. You know, one owns a halal stand, the other's a hot. It's a tough thing. You know what I mean? They can't sell pork out there.
So he talked about that exact thing, and it's so crazy. Everything he talked about a year ago, you are seeing now. He has known, predicted, seen, whatever it is. He talked about this exact thing. I will take everybody. I don't need to punch the hardest. I punch accurately, and after a while, it wears you down. You can only take so many. That's exactly what I was hearing them say on the commentary. Like, he's getting these shots, and it doesn't seem like much, but it's going to start to wear on this guy. It's going to start to wear on Whitaker.
And honestly, what really, I think, helped him in my eyes is the fight before then. We were talking about it with Tyson Fury, where somebody needs some rounds in him.
Kelvin Gastelum. He fought Kelvin Gastelum in a war.
And it was brutal. Yeah. And he got fucked up. But it was like, okay, he took that. He can go the distance. You know what I mean?
After that, when he said, "Now I know."
He spoke about that here. He know what happens in those events, and he spoke about that here. Is you don't know how long you could hold your breath until you're drowning. You know what I mean? Like when you're underwater, you and I right now, we probably think we can hold our breath a minute. But when you're drowning, you're gonna realize it could be 2 minutes. Yeah. But then you might die. Yeah. But right before you die,
but
you're
if
like,
you survive, you're like, all right, I can go 2 minutes
hold my breath
underwater.
2 minutes. Right? And that's what you learned, and that's what he learned in that fight. Is like how far he could take it. So there's a renewed like sense of confidence.
And how far his heart would go. Like
100%.
Not just I can last, I got the endurance, I will not fucking give up.
I won't do it.
I'll die in this ring. I will be a goon.
That's what he said.
So he goes. So I'm watching this. I'm watching a little some tape on Robert Whitaker, and the only thing I was concerned about was if Izzy was going to get caught with an overhand right. An overhand right is a punch that's looping, right? So a straight right is obviously stuck straight out, and then overhand right is the one that kind of goes up in the sky and then comes down, right? You remember that old Martin Lawrence, or maybe it was Jamie Foxx, I forget, the old about
Hitman Hearns.
No, the club punch.
Oh yeah,
I think that was Martin Lawrence stand-up.
I think that was Jamie.
Was it Jamie?
Does he act out of the club?
So, it's a big, massive sweeping punch. And my only concern was because Izzy comes from a kickboxing background, they don't slip punches the way boxers do, right? So like the way a boxer slips punches, right, is you bend to one side and kind of forward and down, right? Or bend to the other side and kind of down as well. You can't do that against kickboxers because they can kick. Yeah. If I bend like this, I'm close to that motherfucker's foot.
Leg to the face.
So the way that they avoid punches is leaning back.
Right.
And if you notice in the fight, the way Izzy was avoiding that looping right hand was by leaning back away from it. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Now,
I mean, that's how he caught the knockout too, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. So
he backed up. They went for the overhand right.
Yep.
He backed up a little bit, and then they caught him, and that's when he stumbled, and then he got all over him, and it was a wrap.
So exactly the sequence was Whitaker throws a jab, which Izzy is trying to time.
Yeah.
It connects with Izzy, but it actually pushes Izzy back away from the overhand right. The overhand right goes past him, and then Izzy catches Whitaker with a right hand. Excuse me. And then they trade hooks. Now, trading hooks mean they both throw hooks at the same time. Izzy connects with Whitaker. Whitaker's like 6 inches away from Izzy's chin. Like, Izzy's distance was just perfect the whole fucking fight. Locks in, night, get fucking sat the fuck down, dude. And it was over. But that's what I was concerned about, man. I was concerned that there was going to be, the only thing was if he catches them with a wild looping right. Now, here's the thing when you throw a looping right hand or an overhand right, it takes longer to get there.
Yeah.
The closest distance between two places is a straight line. It's not a curve. And Izzy was seeing this thing come from a fucking mile away. Were you guys seeing it? Like,
oh, for sure.
The guy would miss. Dude, the guy would swing.
His eyes was locked in. As soon as he swung at him, his eyes was locked in. And then you could see there's like a slight pause right after that hook is thrown. And you see the wide opening. And that was all she wrote. Right?
And I like Izzy throwing more hooks. This is the most like hooks that I seen him throw. Like he would like double up with his hooks, right? But he knew he had the distance advantage, and that's what was catching him.
And honestly, if there was 15 more seconds left in that first round, it might have been over in the first.
There was 5 more seconds.
Might have been over in the first.
I mean, he was on his ass, gone, and luckily saved by the bell. But yeah, he catches him in that second, and dude, it's so interesting watching like how the styles end up working, because in boxing, the reason you don't lean back like that is because once you lean back, you can't go any further. Right? Like, the reason why Ali got his jaw broken by Frazier is because Frazier waited for Ali to lean back and then lunged in with the hook. So you feint and then wait for the lean. Now, once you've leaned, you can't go anywhere.
It's hard for you to go back.
I got you locked. Right? So, but Izzy, he was so fucking agile. It was great, man. And he just...
I was wondering why he was leaning back. I didn't think about the kickboxing thing, because I was like, yo, that just seems like more effort.
Yes.
It's just slower. It's everything. Boxing, quick slip. This is a full lean back. And I was like, what? Why is he doing that?
100%. It's avoid those kicks. I was asking the kickboxing coach, because when I would have trouble throwing kicks, actually, because I'd be kind of leaning forward as boxers do, and then you kind of like stunt your own kicks. And then they would tell me, don't lean over to miss these punches. You're just leaning closer to a fucking knee to the face or like a kick to your head. So
can we talk about, for a quick second?
Yeah.
Can we talk about Jon Jones for a second? Did you see what he was tweeting before the fight?
What was he tweeting?
So I think in a roundabout way, somebody asked Izzy about, a potential Jon Jones super fight or whatever. Yeah. And Jones goes on this big old tweet spree. Don't ask me to quote it word for word, but he ends it with, "You keep trying to hype yourself up to fight me, and I'll keep convincing myself to make you my bitch when it finally happens." Right. The fact that he was even concerned with a dude in two lesser weight classes? What was he, middleweight? Jon Jones light heavyweight.
Yeah. So that's
one weight class.
Yeah.
Boom, there. By the time this kid gets his confidence together, I'll probably already be in the heavyweight division. I need to wait till 2021 to start believing in myself. Okay. I sense concern. I sense concern out of Bones, dog. Like,
but look at that.
He doesn't give DC this much
He gives nobody in the division that much attention
at all.
Barely tweets at all. And look how corny this is. Like, is there anything cool about that statement? Is there anything funny about that?
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not a Jon Bones fan. I'm a fan of his work. But I just mean as a face of the company.
Yeah. No, he's not.
I just don't even get the tweet. It's how is that shit talk to say, oh, you know what? When you're ready to fight me, I still won't fight you.
I mean, listen, DC said it in the post fight, and he was just like, yo. And it might be sour grapes because he doesn't fuck with Jon Bones or whatever. But at the same time, he's like, all right, like, yeah, Bones, you're bigger than him, but that's about it. Like, he's just as talented, he's just as this, but
here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets interesting. If Jones can find a way to get the fight to the ground, I think Jones has like a pedigree in wrestling. Yeah. He's very good. Again, I don't know wrestling, we don't know how great Izzy is at wrestling because no one's been even able to get him down. He
just
could be
crazy,
fucking
dude.
nice. Yeah.
So real quick question about, was Whitaker, because I heard on the commentary that I watched, he felt confident that he could outbox Izzy. So it seemed like I couldn't tell if he chose, I want to box, or if he was trying to wrestle and Izzy just wouldn't let him get close.
Chose to box. He thought he could drop him. He thought he could knock him out.
If he decides to wrestle, do you think that fight goes differently?
No, because he has to get in to wrestle. And if you want to shoot on Izzy, you're going to deal with some knees, you're going to deal with some feet. Right. You better be ready. Okay. So now, I'm not saying that you can't. So the difference within Jones is Jones is 6'5", right? Yeah. So now, did you see all that distance between Bobby Knuckles' I keep calling him Bobby Knuckles, but Whitaker.
Yeah.
Robert Whitaker's punches in Izzy's face. Like Izzy just had controlled the distance beautifully.
Yeah.
Jones can limit that distance, right? Just out of the fact that his arms are long too, right? That being said, the bigger the fighter, generally the slower they are. So if he's evading punches from a smaller fighter that can throw much faster, he's going to be able to evade from a bigger fighter. There's just more power with the bigger fighter. Listen, there's no doubt that fighting Jon Jones is going to be harder than fighting Robert Whitaker.
Oh, for sure.
But the way that he smoked Robert Whitaker, and people sleep on Robert Whitaker, this guy was a fucking...
Oh, it's his first out, right? Yeah, he's a monster.
Son, before everybody knew what Izzy could do, like I was talking to Brendan Schaub. Now Schaub is like, yo, this kid's the truth.
Yeah.
Dude, I was texting Rogan about it. Rogan goes, he's already one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta text Izzy that for
now. He said, I think he said it on.
He's already one of the best ever. Not middleweights, just best ever.
Skills.
At MMA. So the question with Jones is this, though. This is where it gets interesting. This is what I would do if I'm Izzy, right? I take 2 more fights in middleweight, right? Smoke this Paulo Costa bum, right? Matter of fact, if it's me, I wouldn't even fight Paulo Costa. I'm only fighting people that speak English.
You're not making me no money. We can't sell this fight.
We can't sell the fight. We got to speak English.
Right? Talk to me now.
Yeah.
Talk to me now as execs. The 3 of us are UFC execs. We're sitting down there, or we're Izzy's management.
We just made a brand new star. We just got our black Conor McGregor.
We got black Conor McGregor.
What the fuck are we going to do?
We got black Conor McGregor that's actually way more likable. Conor's not really that likable. He's just undeniable. He's undeniable. He was undeniable. Now you have a guy who's undeniable and likable.
Because he was
Conor McGregor was T.O. He was cocky as fuck, but he was so good. You kind of had to respect it, and you liked it or you hated it. Most hated it.
No, but that sells fights because that's Mayweather.
Exactly.
That sells fights.
100%. But they stop selling the fights when you lose.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, people will pay to see Conor again, right? But if he keeps losing, money's gonna go down. But now you have. Imagine Mayweather was likable. Listen, I'm not gonna put him in this shoes, but there's a difference when you're Ali, right? Like, Ali did the impossible, and people liked him.
Yeah.
At the time, did they like him?
I was about to say, I don't know about the time.
No. His people loved him.
So you know who he is, bro, for keeping the NFL thing going? He Patrick Mahomes, yo. He mad talented. Everybody loved this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Mad
people who know
charisma.
Shit are saying he already one of the best ever.
Yeah.
That's Patrick Mahomes of MMA.
I can see that. That makes sense. That
just
makes a lot of sense.
likable.
Way better voice.
Yeah.
But, yes, all the other things check out. So what I do is I have 2 more fights in middleweight against really good guys, don't get me wrong, but they got to be able to speak fucking English, and they got to have some swag and attitude about it, because I need you to sell this fight with me. I'm not selling this fight by myself. I want every fight to be a spectacle. They're talking shit. I want country versus country. Remember boxing matches, Mexico versus Philippines, and they're both talking shit like we don't know if there's a different, like you're the same to everybody, right? It's just like, but whatever, they're going at it. I go 2 more at middleweight. I let Jon Jones get a little older. Jon Jones already past his prime. He's a little bit older now.
And he's hittable. He was always hittable.
Jon Jones is going to get hit.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to get hit. The only thing, and DC said this on the, shout out ESPN Plus on the.
Are we going to talk about ESPN Plus?
On that channel.
But let me say this
he's
real
basically
quick.
saying, like, the reason why Jon Jones is so hard is that he's so big and he drags you. So, like, he's such a good wrestler.
Yeah.
It feels like somebody's dragging you down.
Yeah.
And eventually it wears you out, and then he hits you, and then it's done.
And DC said that, and DC is a
Olympic
wrestler.
So,
like, if DC said it, he admits it. Right? It's the real deal. So what happens is I let Jon Jones age up a little bit. I let him get a little, and then what I do is I have Izzy fight him after 2 more fights in middleweight, where you're already the biggest in the fucking sport. You take Jon Jones out of the sport. You retire Jon Jones, essentially, because you retired Silva. Now you retire the next great of MMA right after Silva, which was Jon Jones. You solidify yourself as the 3rd one of them.
The next one.
Exactly. After that fight, I put you up against Canelo Alvarez in a boxing match.
That's what I was thinking. What boxer? I was trying to figure out what boxer.
But you got to build to it.
Right?
You have to be ubiquitous with fight sports, right? You have to be so fucking big that we're willing. Now, we're willing to watch it. Now, here's the difference between Conor McGregor fighting Floyd and Izzy fighting Canelo. Izzy's got 9 pro boxing matches under his belt already.
Izzy can fight better.
Izzy's a better boxer and more experienced. Yes, and he did regular boxing. He's 9 fights. I think he was 9-1 or maybe 8-1 or something like that. So he's fought real boxers already.
Also, Canelo, not as good as Floyd.
There we go.
That's true.
So now you have them go at it. Hopefully Canelo speaks more English by then, and it's possible where he can get it going. And you have this fucking amazing...
Put it on the zone.
Son, put that shit right on the zone. Put that shit on ESPN Plus. Who gives a fuck? Let them partner up on it. They found a way to do it with Conor and Floyd. That is the next big fuck you money fight. We're talking hundreds of millions.
Oh yeah,
if things go,
that's your Conor Floyd. My only concern is, and you may know more than I do.
Sorry, to that point, if I'm Izzy, I just win or lose. I do one more of those mega fights. Hopefully, it's a good fight, and then I might be out.
Why fight more?
I made $100 million plus. I'm good. Izzy a smart guy.
Go make some liquor, sell it like Conor.
I think he talked about protecting his brain. Like
make
that's
a Joloff, bro. You got to have your signature Joloff and get the fuck out of here.
Now, here's my only concern with your scenario, right?
I agree. One more back in MMA. Go out on a high note. You could sell out the biggest stadium in Auckland ever, or whatever. I imagine by then they've already done the UFC Africa.
Yep.
Right? You do the biggest.
They're gonna do Nigeria. They got to.
Of course. And if
put
both
Usman,
of them,
put fucking Sadiq on there, put Izzy on there.
So here's the thing. Usman and what's it called? And Izzy should be able to carry their own card.
Oh, for sure.
But there is a world where they go, do you guys just want to co-headline this?
And
just murder shit? Like, let's do a...
You transcend the sport at that point. If it's the two biggest fighters in Nigeria that are also the two best fighters in the world, and they're like, fuck it. Fuck being the headliner. We're just going to do this big fucking event for our country. You transcend the UFC
Who
now.
colonized Nigeria?
Fuck, you ask me history questions. I don't know that
Britain?
How the fuck you don't know who colonized you, dog?
You gotta know your enemy, yo.
Jesus.
The British?
Probably the British.
I'm asking you. All I'm saying, put them against British fighters. Make it some real, you know what I mean? Like, let's go type shit.
Bro, I told you I'm half asleep. Like, I'm not all the way woke. But my only concern, my only concern with the Izzy fight, for the Izzy scenario, and you might have more knowledge on this than I do, is like fight mileage, right? Like, Izzy isn't that much younger than Jon Jones. He is, but only by like a year or two or something like that. Yep. But Jones has more UFC fights,
right?
But Izzy has had boxing matches, kickboxing matches, UFC.
Equal fight experience.
Equal? Okay. All right.
Maybe more fight experience for Izzy. Total fight experience. I mean, Izzy's had like 80 kickboxing fights.
Damn.
Keep in mind, though, these fights are 3 rounds, right? Boxing matches are 12. Kickboxing stuff is usually like 3, maybe 5. I'm not sure if it's championship, but like they're less.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, and also Izzy's knocking people out.
Yeah. So he's fresh.
Exactly.
But
when you're looking at
the
fight mileage, you should actually look at round mileage.
Got it. Got
right?
it.
If you remember when Tyson was knocking everyone out in the first round?
Yeah. He's like, I'll fight again in 3 months, 4 months. That's what Izzy said after the fight. He's like, I'm fresh right now. Like, I could do another fight in a while, but I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna do this, that, and third. But like, yeah, he's. You're right. Round mileage instead of fight mileage.
Paulo Costa, in my personal opinion, needs to earn his fight against Izzy. And you earn it not by wearing flashy shirts. You earn it by talking some shit and getting people hyped. Have a fight in your hometown where you just knock someone out. Like, just do something to make me interested.
Get me interested in the fight, man. Like, Izzy did the best thing he could do is, at his biggest moment, calling you out. Now, you got to let people know who you are, because everybody knows who he is now. So now, next time I see you fight, I'm like, all right, is this guy worth the shit? And if he fucking floors somebody, I'm like, all right, I want to watch them two fight.
Paulo Costa against another guy who speaks English, not UL Romero. He needs to fight against a guy who speaks English. I think he should do one more fight against them. Let's say do it in a month and a half, 2 months. Throw him on a card. He doesn't have to headline the card. Just put him on the card. He has to finish that guy in spectacular fashion. And it doesn't matter if it's a bum. If we just see him knock someone out, we're going to go, you know, people have that recency bias. They're like, oh, shit, maybe he's good. Maybe he can beat Izzy. Then you build the Izzy fight. But right now, in my opinion, he hasn't earned it.
Yeah.
Have you seen him fight? You're the casual.
I'm the complete casual, and I didn't know who he was. Until you said the name, I saw him flick somebody off, and I was like, I don't know. And then he said the name, and I remembered him talking about it a year and a half ago.
Right.
What he got to start doing, Izzy, as someone who we all love this guy, put your business hat on now. Now you a star.
Yeah.
Your boxing gloves got you there, your kickbox, whatever that is, your skill got you there. Now let's start thinking money. Real money. As guys who want to see him flourish, go on. I want to see him fight 5 more times, make $100 million, be the fuck out. Get these Canelo fights and then be out.
5th fight should be $100 million. Fifth fight, you should make the $100 million.
And then be out.
Yeah. It is crazy how fight sports work, is that your last fight, you'll probably make more money than all of your other fights
combined.
Tenfold. Combined times 10.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Like McGregor ain't making $50 million. How many fights?
After the Mayweather fight, he was taking pay cuts to go fight after that shit. He was like, never doing that shit again.
You got to
break off the UFC piece of that shit.
You got to thank Mayweather for that. Mayweather really set that.
Facts.
He's like, every single fight, he's like, nah, it's going to be more.
100%.
And he had to break off Dana White for just to be in that fight. Yeah, Conor
had to give Dana half.
Yeah.
That's why Mayweather's like, yo, you don't even own your business. Like, don't even talk to me. Like, Mayweather laughed when Conor was talking shit.
It's Jay-Z shit.
You got a daddy, bro. I
know who I paid, dog. Searchlight Publishing. Come on. Like, you made it a hot line and made it a hot song. Like, you don't even own your shit. So I can see why he doesn't touch it.
I think it's a really cool thing to see.
So if Izzy fights Canelo, he's going to have to give Dana half?
It depends.
I mean, this is where you get interesting. This is where, if I'm Izzy, you will have a contract upgrade coming, right? There'll be a contract renegotiation or something like that. And that's where you get your lawyer to carve out anything outside of MMA. Now, the UFC has been very lenient with what these guys can do outside of MMA, right? They're doing jiu-jitsu tournaments. They're doing grappling, wrestling tournaments. Like, they basically said, okay, we're not going to strangle you. You can go make your money at these little local shows. That's fine. We just want your MMA money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you basically go, well, make sure it's just MMA, carve out that little fight shit, and then Dana don't got to get nothing. Now, Dana's not stupid. Dana's going to go, fine, you can do whatever. I just want 10% of the purse.
10% is better than 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
And right now, it's probably in his...
Sorry, you having these conversations with him?
I think...
Are you at liberty to say if you are?
No, I think, I mean, we could talk about stuff, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, I wanted him to win first.
Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you something. I watched the replay.
I want you to win, dog. Let me
not gonna hold you. That dancing in the beginning, I was shook. I was like, God, he's got to win now. Like, you can't do all that dancing and shit.
So I got such paranoid thinking that, like, when he did that handstand with one hand, I'm like, please don't
dislocate
your wrist. Come on, son.
Like, calm down.
I saw the replay and I was like, bro, calm the fuck down. I already know he won. I was like, what you doing?
Dude, he gets it in a way these other guys don't get it. Robert Whitaker did a 40-minute open workout. They always do an open workout to, like, do some little promo. The open workout isn't really a workout.
Yeah.
It's a promo. Yeah. So when Izzy goes out there, last big fight, he did the Rock's people. He did the people's elbow.
Yeah.
Right. This time he does breakdancing. He does a back. That is what goes viral.
Yeah.
And then your fight promo's done.
Yeah.
You don't need to be there hitting pads for fucking 30 minutes. Go back home, drink some water, get into the sauna, do whatever you need to do to make weight.
And let me tell you something. Nobody comes to see that shit anyway, bro.
Dude, no, they come out.
No, I mean, nobody comes to see you hit pads.
Exactly. Yeah, they just want to see you entertained.
Yeah.
I even think Floyd, when he would do the open workout like 24/7, he's going as fast as humanly possible. It's not like a real workout.
Then get rid of the cameras.
Make a lot of sounds. Make this shit look like I'm going 100 miles an hour. And then let's go. And I'm the casual, and I'm just like, this guy is lightning.
Yeah.
And then they make all the cameras leave.
Yeah.
They kick everybody out the gym. Not everybody. That's a weird gym because they let people just watch and get their ass kicked, but they kick the cameras out and then they torture him.
Yeah.
Floyd would get tortured in his workouts, but you don't show that.
Shit he's doing?
Just like new guy every single round.
Yeah.
4-minute rounds, 6-minute rounds. Excuse me. The sparring sessions, 24 straight rounds, wouldn't even matter. 4 a.m. runs if he felt like running at 4 a.m. My dad used to cover Muhammad Ali's fights, and Muhammad Ali would do these open workouts. He was so charismatic with all the trainers, and not the trainers, the journalists and all the thing, and talking, everything like that.
Costell, what was his name?
Howard Cosell. They had a great relationship. And but then what would happen is they'd kick all the journalists out, and he would go into a back room, and he would do like thousands of sit-ups, but that's where he struggled, and he never wanted to show the struggle. It was only the success and the ease and the comfort, and it's brilliant because what did we see and what do we remember about Ali? Success, ease, comfort.
Yeah,
you never saw the sweat.
It's the greatest.
The greatest.
I've been meaning this might not even fit here, but like a couple months ago, I watched a little bit of a replay of Ali Frazier. Ali was grace, dude. Oh, dancing, beautiful. Frazier looked like a fucking, I swear to God, you think a special ed kid got let out. He would like stumble around. And I was just like, yo, how did anybody root for this guy over Ali? Like literally just like this, and then just, I don't know, it was mad ugly. And Ali was just, it was gorgeous.
It was graceful.
Man,
it was like watching fucking ballet.
It was ballet, real shit. It was a brutal ballet.
Yeah, shit.
That's a great way to put it, brutal ballet, man. I mean, it was next level. His like, we've never seen that since, to be honest with you, the type of like footwork and agility he had at his size. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you would only see that in basketball players, maybe football players. Yeah. You'd only see that level of athleticism at that size. In boxing, you never had that.
Yeah.
Son.
Like, people forget how
Kobe
massive.
had nothing on Ali.
Yeah.
Do you see Ali do the shift?
Yeah,
with
it's
like,
insane.
Quickest motherfucker I've ever seen with that size.
Unreal. So, shouts to Izzy, man. Hopefully, Izzy comes to New York and we chat it up with
champ,
him.
undisputed.
Man.
Bring both belts.
Word.
That's it.
Shout out to Duval for making the ultimate anthem, man. Because
at the end of he sung that shit right after.
Yeah. Son, tight. It is. I mean, and that's genius. Because then Duval reposts it, and Duval reposts it to 3 million people, and now you have 3 million more people going, "Oh shit, he won. What was the fight like?"
And also, I like this dude because he knows he's fans of the same guy I'm a fan of.
100%. I mean, like, think about how plugged in he is to like hip hop culture. That he was listening to Breakfast Club and Brilliant Idiots, and then Flagrant too.
Yeah.
Like before it was blown up in the UFC, like this is out there in New Zealand. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like not a kid is plugged in. So look, it was a very cool weekend, a successful weekend. He went through unscathed. More than I can say.
Yeah. It was inspiring.
I got fucked up this weekend, guys.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I'll show you. Do you have pictures? Huh? Yeah. Can you get those up though? How long would that take you to get that up? Okay. Alex,
I saw.
Can't control himself.
Before shows, right?
Real quick, let me just pay some bills out here. Because a game is 10 times more exciting when you're putting money on it, all right? Whether you've been betting for years, you're ready to play for the first time. MyBookie is your best bet this season. If you like to bet a little bit to win a lot, then you got to try that parlay, okay? You choose a few games, you bet all across, and if you win, it just increases the amount that you can win. Gets busy, all right? That's if you really know your shit. Put your money where your mouth is and put that money at mybookie.com, all right? If you're going to bet this season, you do the one thing that you got to do. You go to mybookie.ag. Go to mybookie.ag because no one gives you more ways to win. Pro football, college football, MLB. Hilarious. Hockey, basketball. I mean, MyBookie has it all right? This is where we put our money, and if you use that promo code FLAGRANT, when you activate that offer, promo code FLAGRANT, they're going to double your initial investment up to $1,000. That means you put in $1,000, they're going to match that $1,000. That's free money. You gamble, you win. All right? That's mybookie.ag today. Okay, so you have some shots. I did not fight this weekend, but this is me.
Whoa! What the fuck? The fuck happened? Is that why you're wearing a hat?
There is for those of you guys who are just listening, I will describe it and then you guys validate this if I'm not making this up. There is a 2-inch gash on top of my head. Yeah. Blood dripping down my head. This is after I've washed this. After I've washed this.
You look like the Joker at Arkham.
Dude. Real talk. So, yeah. So I fucking had a gash, a wound in my head. What Urgent care. What happened was I walked into a pole while texting. That's what happened.
I bet you were texting your girl too.
No, she was with me.
Oh wow!
That makes it better.
So what I was
wait, what kind of pole was it? Was it a street lamp pole?
I'll break the whole thing down.
Yeah, because this. All right.
I wasn't texting my girl. I was ignoring my girl. And she thinks that this is karma for ignoring her. We just did a workout together. We're walking down the street. I'm so hyped about adorable. Izzy's fight.
Yeah.
I was actually texting Rogan. I'm actually texting Rogan.
That's the text you get fucked up for.
Right? I think I'm so into the text. I'm not paying attention to what's going on in my surroundings. And all of a sudden, this is what it felt like. I just hear my girl go, "Oh no, watch out." right? My girl goes, "Oh no, watch out." Right? And I go, huh? And the next thing I feel is my top jaw slam into my bottom jaw. And then I make impact with the pole. And I just turn around and I start walking away. And my girl goes, "Oh, come here. And in that moment, I used every ounce of compassion and empathy in my body to go, give me a moment. Just give me a second.
In that moment, you just want to fight something. You just want to hit something.
Because I didn't want to say, "Get the fuck away from me, bitch! Why did you tell me there was a ball when I was walking down the street? Why did you tell me there was a fucking ball? Okay? You see everything? You see everything, don't you? You see my passcode when I put it onto my fucking phone? Use your peripheral vision for that. Right? Every time I put my passcode in, you can see the exact one because you be seeing that shit out the side of your eye. What about the pole that I just walked into?
You looking at me as I'm ignoring you.
Come on! How you know I'm ignoring you if you're not looking at me ignoring you? Son, you noticed she was walking next to me like, watch this dumbass walk straight into this fucking pole. Watch this dumbass walk straight into this fucking pole. And then when she saw I was about to walk into it, she was like, "Oh, well, watch out." Like, she didn't raise her voice, son. She didn't raise her fucking voice. This is how she said it. She was like, "Oh, by the way." She went like this. She was like, "Oh, perhaps maybe you might take heed. Excuse me, can you it might be in your best of interest to take heed." Smash.
Jesus Christ.
I smashed into this pole. I'm like, all right, fine. At least nobody saw this shit. You know what I mean?
Your eyes look mad watery.
It's me
too.
and my
girl. Yeah, a little bit.
I'm struggling. I'm like, it's me and my girl. At least nobody saw this shit, right?
Broad daylight, yo.
Son, broad daylight, right? All the way on the west side, way west side, right? Right, like 1 block from West Side Highway. Nobody there. I'm like, all right, boom, we're good. I turn around and all I just hear is, "I saw the whole thing." Guy walks up, he goes, "I saw the whole thing. Let me tell you something. I would vouch for you. I'm a site manager. I'm a site manager for this site we got going on over here. I saw the whole thing. You walked right into that fucking pole. You slammed your head right into that fucking pole. I would vouch for you. You get 50 grand from the city easy. You get 50 grand from the city easy for that. Here's my card. I will vouch for you." Right? I turn around to look at the pole. Because I'm like, how the fuck can I walk into a pole? It was a parking sign. First of all, the reason it split my head right open is the parking signs aren't around pole.
No, they're
you.
Yeah, they're you, and it has little perforations in the middle of it. Yeah.
So I hit the
corner.
The corner.
Split your shit open.
Split my shit wide open. And notice that the top of my head is split, so I was texting. Right? I didn't like. The one thing about having a big nose is you make contact first with the nose. So, like, it's going to touch my nose, and then I'm going to veer my head out the way.
It's like a puppy dog.
Exactly. But my shit was down like I was a ram. Like I was running into it.
Oh, God.
I go, what the fuck was this pole? How can I miss this pole? No bullshit. And I'm going to use my straw to describe. This is how a sign looks, and it says no parking or parking right here, where my finger is, right? This was the pole. The pole went up about 3 feet and then bent because a fucking car hit it.
Okay, gotcha.
And bent right across the whole sidewalk.
You gotta get that money. Get that 50 grand.
Yeah, we'll fucking vouch for you, bro.
Yes.
I'll fucking vouch for you.
Son, I don't know if I could do that. I was the idiot. I should. Now, granted, the city shouldn't have that like that, but I should still be able to Put it this way. I would
You can't text Joe Rogan without worrying a pole's going to hit you in the face. What the fuck kind of city we living in?
If you can't text while drive, when the hell else are you going to text?
It's not.
God
it's
damn.
Joe Rogan.
And
that's the baddest bitch in the podcast world.
And if he was going to sue, this doesn't help that he has a public podcast saying, "Oh, I was texting not looking straight." That kind of kills your case right
the
there.
Whole thing.
He said, "I'll vouch for you, bro."
Yeah, but that kind of kills his case. Like, hey, I was not looking straight.
But I'm a personal accountability guy, so I feel like it's hard for me to be like,
oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
son.
Just take the money, bro.
Yo,
just take the
$50,000.
So he first we're texting about something else.
Get $50,000, buy a Tesla just to stun on Alex. Worth it.
Yo. So we're talking about something else, unrelated, like work related, and then he just sends me the picture. Oh, and this happened, and I just see the gash. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? When he tells me, I like uncontrollable laughter for about 10 minutes straight. Like my abs were hurting. Felt like I just worked out.
I knew it was bad.
Hold on.
I knew it.
This is a voice note on Andrew's phone, by the way.
This is the voice note. Listen, I texted him. I just sent him a picture. I go, also look. He goes, oh shit, how? I go, walked into a pole texting, and then I just get this.
As a friend at Andrews, can I tell you what that laugh is? That laugh is he thought about every time he tried to talk to you and you were texting, and he was like, "That's what this motherfucker gets." All the times he ignored me, I tried talking about work. Then he acts. I say some shit. I bet there's 100 times where he said some shit to you about work and you were texting, and then you asked him later about that exact thing, like he fucked up.
Yep.
Like he never brought it up.
Akash knows because he lives with you. He knows.
I just know. I see the dynamic. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Hold on. What were you saying? I was thinking about texting. I be texting a lot.
Son.
Boy, you be in your phone,
Son.
doing your shit, and people will talk to you, and then you won't hear it. You be like, "What?"
Son, he was doing exactly what he was doing to his girl.
Yeah.
Yo, and then you'll yell at them
moment.
about the same shit they just brought up to you, like they never brought it up.
I'll be doing that.
Yup.
You be
Do that
doing
in
that. You be doing that.
Yup.
Y'all crazy.
That's so
Y'all
funny.
see the hole in my head
Yo,
again?
when you do
So
that,
it looks like someone removed like the unicorn. Whatever.
The horn?
The horn. Yeah.
Yo, split it a little bit.
Son, look at. They had to glue my fucking head closed at an urgent care.
How many stitches? Any stitches?
No, just glue.
Just glue?
Yeah.
That's
And I had to get a tetanus shot.
Tetanus?
Tetanus. Oh my god, dude. That double N, that shit is hard for me. Oh yeah, that's
Son,
me.
you look pale, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, I was the tetanus.
Yo, you look like you got jaundice.
I do look a little jaundiced, bro. I'm olive, yo.
Yo,
Is that
I'm
foundation?
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pick I got.
That's
I was like,
bad.
oh,
That's the glue.
fuck.
That's with it glued.
That's nasty, yo. That's a big gash.
I was get the money, bro. I was get the money.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do
I mean,
You would sue?
what?
You would sue?
I would,
Yeah.
but we would have to take this down if you're going to, because this completely destroys your case.
I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie. I'd go in there. I'd be like, listen, This is what I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about going, hey, that pole is bent and someone's going to hurt themselves on it, because here's the reality. It might not be someone texting. It could literally be someone just like talking to their girl or looking at a building. Like the pole shouldn't be bent across the street like that. You could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And let's be fair. Cops are up and down that street every single day giving parking tickets. So it's not like you ain't see that fucking pole. Okay? So I would basically go, yo, fix the pole. And if I went back and a week later that shit still wasn't fixed and you still letting people get injured, I'd be like, all right, you're going to get sued now. Because the only way you're going to fix it is if the money is there.
Yeah.
But it's more important to me that the pole gets fixed.
Oh. Huh.
I feel like I gotta be aware of my surroundings. Like you know what I mean? Like,
So 3-1-1, and then check back in a week.
yeah. All right, boom.
Keep us
But we
updated.
would have to take this down though,
Yo,
because you can't sue with this up there.
why not?
They're gonna just be like, you were being irresponsible, not looking where you were going, and not.
You were
not
being
against the law,
irresponsible.
It's not like if you're like in a car accident and you're texting like.
Yeah, you're allowed to text and walk.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to have poles
Yeah, but you still
going
gotta
on the side of
look
the street.
forward where you're going.
Son, it's like the bitch who drank the hot coffee. It's like she knew it was hot. She still sued.
Yeah, but the coffee wasn't supposed to be that temperature.
Pole
And
was
it's
supposed to be
not
bent.
supposed to be bent like that.
Pole's supposed to be
True,
straight.
but I think
Ooh,
I don't know.
ooh.
I kind of think your case is done, but you never know. I'm sure a good
Bro,
lawyer.
we're putting old episodes on Patreon at some point anyway. We've been saying it for 2 years.
Yeah, it's not happening. Guys, they are just waiting. I know, like, this one like news institution that just has its stockpiled, just waiting to go.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna pull that trigger, and you're just gonna hear. Burp, beep, burp, burp, burp. It's gonna be a bunch of.
Was that Akaash's family members talking?
Wow. Nah, that was just a bunch of bleeps that they can't actually replay themselves of maggots and and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah,
we good. God damn. We never needed them all anyway.
Are we all still shadow banned?
I'm back.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I'm trying to take down another post of mine. I think I texted you about it.
Oh, yeah.
The most recent joke I put up. It's just a little crowd work bit, whatever.
Yeah.
Try to take it down. This time I appealed, it got put back up. But like, it's people like deliberately.
You got a spy, son.
Yeah, it's people deliberately reporting everything I put up.
No, you got a spy, son. Can we say what your girl thinks of this?
Oh, she's down for the fight. She's like, keep posting.
No. Can we say what your girl thinks?
Oh, yeah, what my girl's theory is? Yeah. She thinks there's other brown comics who are
The Muslims.
The Kazeems.
Remember they said
that's my theory.
Yo, they told you, yo. I'm
That's what the
telling you.
fuck I think.
They fucking tweeted it out one day. They're like, yo, I'm telling you, it's gonna cost you one day. They probably started ganging up. It's like, yo, every time this motherfucker
Hamas,
posts
yo.
something, get the fuck out of here.
No, my girl thinks I've been moving a little bit on social media once since I started putting up clips, and a lot of other brown comics aren't quite having as much success, and she thinks some of them are a little upset about that.
Haters.
A little
Now,
salty about
does
that.
she have a specific...
She doesn't know who. She doesn't have any theory as to who. Nor do I.
But the
Is it
reason...
Russell Peters or something?
Nah, Russell the God, dog. Russell the God.
So-
Russell would never.
What fuck's with Russell Peters?
The
He's
reason
funny.
why it's curious with you is that your bits aren't really that offensive.
They're not.
Like the ones that were taken down.
Yeah.
Not saying you don't have offensive bits. You do. But the ones that were taken down were pretty innocuous.
Yeah.
Like barely even had cursing.
Yeah.
So to me, that's targeted. To me, that's somebody going, I don't fucking like this guy. Let's go after him.
Yeah, it's something.
But the curious thing is this. There has to be a certain amount of people that complain about something before it gets flagged.
So it's like a group of people. Yeah.
So now it's organized.
Yeah.
So now, if we really want to find out who's doing this, we just got to go to the people who are organized. How many organized people do you know that would be interested in getting you removed from Instagram?
Are we still talking about Muslims? I just need to know.
You said it was gonna happen, man. They told you. They said this was happening. They said you're talking too spicy about the Muslims.
Who said this?
Somebody tweeted it. Remember we talked about
They
it?
were. He said, I know a lot of Muslims that don't follow him just because, and then he had like 4 followers. I'm like, you don't know anybody.
Damn.
If he had friends, you would know. We'd be talking shit.
That might be it.
Might be it.
He might apologize to the Muslims, man.
Yo.
Public apologize.
Real talk.
Yo.
Hit that James
Get
Harden
on this
apology,
fucking
bro.
carpet down there.
If it's not the right color, it got to be green.
The color's got to be green?
It's always green carpet. I don't know if that's a thing. There's always green
and go
carpet.
face Mecca, which is probably towards Kaz's crotch.
Wow.
What? Just because it's black and square doesn't mean it's Kaz's crotch, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that.
Just because it's black square and only men can circle it.
Fucking stupid. God damn.
So yeah, dude, it's a weird thing, but like, look, you know me, I'm a psycho. So you just got to tell me. You know me. I'll laugh him because he already knows.
He's like, no shit.
I'm a psycho. So if you want to go down this fucking, if we want to like find who this is, I think it's quite easy to find who it is.
Oh, I want to know.
I love that shit.
So
Let's
who's
go.
that organized?
All right,
First of all, we need to confirm how many people it takes to get something flagged.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
Second of all, like I know when my tranny shit gets flagged, it's not any like
Straight
Trans
people.
group.
yeah, it's probably not even a fucking tranny. It's probably some straight group that's offended behalf and saw it on like the explore page.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's completely random and unique.
Yeah.
This is targeted. Someone's got to know you. Someone's got to feel in competition with you. Someone's got to be envious of your success. I mean, we can get real. I mean, like you already know right now, probably.
I mean, you might as
you
well.
got 4 people in your head, probably 3.
Might as well at this point, bro.
And we don't gotta put it. We don't gotta blow their names
right now.
Don't blow their names, but
sizzling,
you got 3 people in your head right now that you're thinking of.
There's like 3 popping.
We can talk after because I'm not
comics.
sure. I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking anybody right now.
I think I'm thinking who he's thinking.
You are gonna tell me right now you're not thinking
those people that I think you're thinking of are more successful than me. So it's like
no.
Who's he thinking?
I'm not thinking.
I'm
not thinking.
I'm thinking one person, but I don't think you would.
I want you to say it just because you're going to be so many thousand miles off. I just want to see how many thousand miles off.
Dak fan. I bet it's Dak fan.
That's close. Carlos Mencia. Go.
Nah, I'm not even gonna say it.
All right, we're not going to put any oxygen in there.
I fuck with dude. I won't put the oxygen out there.
I bet.
And I don't think he would go that far.
That's all I'm saying. Whatever. We'll have a
you're
conversation
on like the
off
Mount
air.
Rushmore of like Indian comics.
I'm there. Am I there yet?
I think
No, you're not. Don't put him there. You're going to stop working.
I know like 4.
You're going to stop working. No.
I know like 3 popping Indian comics, and he's one of them.
I'm trying to be 1. Fuck 4. I'm trying to be 1.
There you go.
There you go.
Don't get it twisted.
A lot more work to do, but
right. There's like
but
a billion
still,
motherfuckers over there, man. He's doing all right.
and you're only going to be dealing with the people that are at your level or below you.
Yeah.
Never punch down.
Because anybody like the Azizes of the world don't care.
Don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
Yeah.
It's not taking away their money. Nothing's affected. It's got to be somebody that was probably had more followers than you, and then you started to get some traction with the clips, and then maybe you surpassed them. Or got close, or you were trending up at a faster rate than they were trending up. So we could have this figured out in fucking 3 minutes. I just don't want to name names.
Let's talk after.
I just don't want to name names.
I don't want to be wrong and then whatever.
What's the worst thing about being wrong?
Nah.
Well, I'm putting somebody else's name out there, and then they look like an asshole. If it's not them, then I don't.
We're not putting names out. Yeah.
We'll talk after.
First of all, I love this.
I know.
This is fucking perfect. This is so killed
good.
that shit. Did y'all hear the music that was going on in the background? That was fucking beautiful, dog. That was beautiful.
In the People's Court, man.
Son,
I like when
the theme song.
That was so good.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That reminded Alex of his old job. That's what he'd been humming all day for 8 hours a day.
Yo, you think the black bitch that like patted down Amber Geiger's hair and tried to make her feel better was just Alex in disguise?
Wow.
Hey, it's all good, baby. I'll comfort you. Don't even worry about that.
You know what? Let's start naming some names.
Yeah, might as well, right? Fuck that shit.
Son, on Idiots, we were going wild on that shit, bro.
Yo,
did they cut it or did they keep it in?
I don't know. I was half asleep.
No, you edit the episodes.
What? No. They just tell me after.
Oh, they tell you the times.
Yeah.
And then you just take the times out. You don't know what's in the times. Gotcha. But we were going off on that. That Amber Geiger shit was funny, bro. So, Charlotte had a funny ass joke about it. Because I was basically, you know how like the brother hugged her?
Yeah.
And like the father hugged her. And I was like, they're just trying to get some pussy, right? Like,
yes, my first thought.
And then Charlotte goes, nah. You know what that shit was? I was like, what's up? He goes, he pet her hair. And he just snagged a couple hairs, and there is a voodoo doll in the works.
And he's Haitian, right? They are Haitian. That's very true, yo.
Second that bitch get out of jail. Let the games begin.
Anyway, Haitian voodoo, like the final step of that is
a little hug.
Close embrace. That's like the kiss of death in like fucking Italians. Like,
I would like to be friends one day.
Embrace? Like, I want to be friends. Like,
yeah, all right, fam. All right. He's looking at his grandma like, which hair you need? You need a bang?
These fucking frogs that rain in her fucking house or some shit. It's gonna get bad.
Oh no, look, he got all of that hair. He got the clump, shorty. He got the clump.
Look at him.
He got the clump. He know exactly what he's doing.
Emotionless.
He know what he's doing, yo.
Like, give me that shit.
Anyway.
Boy Tyson Fury, he's about to wrestle.
Son,
yo,
wrestling's everything, Cass.
Yo, wrestling's popping right now, bro.
So what does an open mic mean?
They're giving him a live mic to just say whatever the fuck he wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So technically he's wrestling tonight, which means by this time this comes out tomorrow.
I don't think he's wrestling tonight, but he'll be on Raw tonight.
Oh, sorry, he's on Raw tonight.
He'll be on Monday Night Raw tonight. We're going probably responding to Braun Strowman, who's this big dude. He says, get these hands,
Saw
and
that.
all this other shit.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're building up to like a WrestleMania or a Survivor Series, one of their big events, because You're not just gonna blow a bag on Tyson Fury like that if you're not gonna save him for like a big fucking event. And this SmackDown debut that they just had on Fox was huge. Did like shit ton of numbers. They brought The Rock back. So everybody came back for that shit, right? So they did one of these things, which is like they did it with Floyd when Floyd did WrestleMania with Big Show. They did it with Ronda before she became, an actual wrestler for them. They do these little teases that lean to the fact that maybe in a month or two or several months or maybe in April where WrestleMania happens, that he's going to get in the ring and do something with them, something physical. And
my man look like Zangief. Holy fuck. That's wild.
I'm fucking with Braun, man. That was my guy when I was there. He's a big big boy, motherfucker.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Dog.
Like his dad was like a fucking world strongest man or some shit. Yeah, some wild country motherfucker.
I like the move. I think it's great for
he's tailor made for that shit, bro.
It's great for boxing though.
Great for boxing.
It's great for boxing. And I'm trying to see if there are people in the stands there. Oh, yeah, there are.
Oh, yeah, they're Staples Center. That was sold out.
They be selling out everywhere, man.
Yeah, they fucking kill. Okay, so great for boxing. I mean, if they're smart, they get Wilder in as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Shit. Between that shit and fucking, they brought Cain Velasquez in.
I saw that.
For Brock Lesnar. Yeah. And motherfucker, Cain Velasquez can wrestle. Like, not like fucking Brock Lesnar wrestle where he's like kind of doing like his UFC shit. Like, I'm talking about he does like backflips. He does he does like the lucha shit. He's like he's Mexican. So like he came out with Rey Mysterio and yada yada yada. Like he fought in this event called Triple Mania, which is like the Mexican WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
And he wrestled
you tweeted a clip with that? Yeah.
And he wrestled in a mask. And he did all the fucking flips and Hurricane Ranas, all this super athletic shit that you don't expect him to do. So between that and Fury and Lesnar getting the title back and all this other shit, like wrestling's like in a really good mainstream.
Dude, all ring sports are killing it right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
Maybe we need the violence.
We love it.
I think that we need it. I think that like
we got a Republican in office. We love violence. Anytime we got one, it's just a super violent country. We act like we're Americans. We act like we don't love this shit, dog. Like
I wonder if it's violence. That. I wonder if it's like
fucking. I saw Mason Rudolph get fucking knocked unconscious yesterday, and I'm like, you didn't see that shit?
What is that?
Oh my god, backup quarterback for the Steelers. That shit looked
That shit looked damaging.
What happened?
They took his face mask off like that. He was gone. Like, do we have the clip? Is the clip there? He was out before he hit the ground.
No sense.
I think Earl Thomas hit him, caught him from behind, and shit. And he just went limp. He went like he froze up midair, and before he hit the ground, he was knocked out. And then Juju came to go check on him, and Juju did like the church mom feint, like when he went to go check on her, because he was not. He was not there at all.
Not moly!
He got rocked.
So just describe what you're saying.
Because Earl Thomas come in. Not here.
Oh boy!
Bing!
Oh!
So he got sandwiched.
He got sandwiched. Yeah. So there was some head contact. Going on.
Hopefully they'll show. Yeah, he was gone.
Oh my lord!
Gone, dog. Holy fuck!
Yeah, he's dead.
Face mask.
I thought he was dead.
Then the cart broke down. He had to walk off the field.
Look at Juju. Church mom. Oh shit!
I didn't see that,
bro. He did the church mom feint. I thought he was a goner.
Is that a real reaction, or is Juju just being a wide receiver?
No, I mean
that's a new word for diva.
Look at him before he hits the ground. Boof.
Oh,
watch. Gone.
Yo, that's a dirty hit, B.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a dirty hit.
And he got the ball out of the hands.
Look.
Already, like,
it's not only is it helmet.
Oof.
Wait a minute.
I don't think it's dirty.
No. Watch. Go back a little bit. Look at, and I'm talking about the linebacker that's coming towards him, not Carr that's chasing him.
Oh, okay.
Watch the linebacker coming for him. Rudolph jumps to throw it, and the linebacker jumps with his head.
That's Earl Thomas. That's the safety.
Yeah,
sorry. And so Earl jumps with his head. Watch this. Rudolph jumps to throw it, and Earl jumps with his head and his forearm into his head.
I think we got to see it from the front, though.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Because Carr could have pushed
It did seem like
pushed him into him as well.
But like, why would you lead with your helmet into a helmet? Why don't you just go for the chest or go for the stomach or something?
Initially, he was going.
Watch it. Yeah, keep going. And he jumps.
Yeah, because he's trying to block the pass.
No, he didn't block a pass.
He put his
forearms up. Look.
Oof. Oh,
I don't know. I think
that helmet's under the
Rudolph
chin.
might have jumped and that changed the but like
No, but think about
the
it.
helmet caught the chin.
Yeah, he
That's
led
what
with his
fucked him
helmet.
up.
No, he led with his helmet and his forearms. He didn't even try to block the pass. And
like if he jumps and raises his arms like this, that's one thing. When your arms are like this, you're not blocking nothing.
but why jump? Why not just go for his stomach or go for his chest or some shit? Like,
And he already got the ball out of his hand. So, like,
Son.
and I get it. It's hard to stop at that point, especially your safety. You're coming
Scary.
that far down and shit, and he called safety blitz. They had to take off his face mask and shit. Like,
they didn't want to fuck up his head anymore.
he
Yeah,
looked bad.
They thought it might be his neck, so they like have to be super kid, so they can't
Oh,
take
they
off
don't
your
wanna
helmet.
pull.
So they,
Oh my god.
So
So
they
they
just
had to
unscrew the face
unscrew the
mask.
shit. Yeah.
But apparently it looked kind of silly because the medical cart broke down, so he had to walk off the field with no face mask like a 1920s NFL
Yeah, somebody
player.
said he got knocked into 1920. That's
funny.
Which is like, it's funny to laugh at because he was coherent
Yeah.
and shit, but holy fuck. When it happened,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's never playing football.
Dude, when he comes back to life, he's like, "Am I a punter?"
That's what he looked like.
Dude, what is going
Not
on?
even the single bar. Just
I thought I played quarterback.
just
Like,
leather
they should
helmet.
fuck with him. They're like, "Dude, you were never a quarterback, bro. You've been a kicker this entire time, dude."
where's number 2?
Yeah,
His last
just sit
name's
over there.
Rudolph. He looked like a punter, dude. But goddamn, that was a hell of a hit.
I watched. I think somebody posted. I guess they were talking about that, but I didn't see it. And then the timeline was posting other shit.
Yeah.
And I saw the clip of when Schuster laid out Vontae's perfect.
Yeah.
Did you see that? This is from 2 years
This is
ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, this is the get back for
It was the
AB
get
hit.
back, and there was a short little screen pass thrown to I don't know who Brown, no whoever maybe
Was it Le'Veon?
No, it was Le'Veon. Yeah, it was a short
Yeah.
little screen pass thrown to Le'Veon, and Le'Veon's coming up the right side. And Perfect is going for it.
remember that,
He doesn't see it, and Schuster fucking lays
Just
that
leaned
bitch
into him.
motherfucker out.
Yeah.
And oh man, I mean, I'm talking shit like that guy wouldn't murder me, but but dude, it was nice to see a little payback.
Got to, man. They get that receipt. Get
Oh,
that
yeah.
receipt. That's what people
Get
were
that
saying.
receipt.
Like
I like
they
that.
were trying to get Lamar Jackson back, and that's when he fucking skirt like broke somebody's ankles.
What do you mean,
again.
get him back?
No, I mean, you take a quarterback out. The defense is always like, all right, well, we gotta go and get him back or whatever. And I think somebody I don't know when the play was. It might be in the fourth quarter, and they're driving for that game winner. And he broke somebody's ankles because you could tell somebody went low. And you can't go low on Lamar Jackson. He's quicker than fucking. He's a fucking hiccup.
Browns had a bye week,
They play tonight. They're playing the 49ers.
so if they win, they're tied for first place in the division. I think.
But 49ers are 4-0.
undefeated.
49ers not bad, bro.
I don't believe in them.
Why they just had weak schedule?
Garoppolo just still looks not great. Like he's still throwing a lot of picks. I just don't believe in them.
But this running back is good, right? The guy from what is it, OU or something like that?
I forgot his name.
Wilson, Josh Wilson, I think his name is.
I don't know. I have not paid attention.
I know they
to
got
him 'cause
Greg
I just
Kittle.
dismissed
Greg
him.
Kittle's a good tight end.
Okay,
Richard Sherman's been looking good again as
good
shutdown
for
guy.
fucking Sherman, man.
Fucking
So then, how have they been winning?
I don't think they've played anybody
they're
that
in the
impressed
West
me.
Coast.
They don't
I
have a
don't-
win that impresses me. I know their opening win is against Tampa Bay. Can you look up, Eden? Can you please look up 49ers schedule, who they played so far? Because I don't think they've had any wins so far that have impressed me. I don't think.
I want to
I
look
saw
it up.
some stat about Patriots quarterbacks, and I think they were like 9-2 this year or some shit like that between Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, Jacoby
Jimmy
Brissett
Garoppolo,
is, Jacoby, the
Tom
Colts,
Brady.
dude. I believe in the Colts. And
Yo.
I thought they'd be done without Andrew Luck, but Brissett is doing well.
Brissett is good.
And have you heard the rumors about getting Stephon Diggs?
Oh no, I have not.
Ooh, Colts.
Apparently, the Colts want to trade for Diggs.
I heard he's on the trading block. So their opening game was against the Bucks.
Okay,
They're whack.
Trash.
Then the Bengals, who are trash.
trash.
Then what is that? Is this
Steelers,
Brown? No. Steelers? Okay, yeah. Steelers who are 1-4.
Barely.
trash.
And then tonight the Browns who are
Well, they
alright.
thumped the bad team. So if you thump two bad teams, you do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Take from a Cowboys fan, thumping bad teams don't mean that much.
We got to talk about
I was
this.
about to say we should talk about your
Kaz
boys,
has been
bro.
lighting up the timeline. I
Woo!
like you've had very good stuff on the timeline. What was it? It's not fall.
It's not autumn until the entire timeline turns
On
on
the
the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Bro,
Happens every fucking year.
I be
dog.
staying out of Cowboys tweets when they're good and when they're bad because I know this ain't gonna end well.
Of course not. Of course
See
not.
how hard
That
it
was
is to
talking
plan for the
spicy,
future?
bro.
I'm saying.
And that's not even
you
your
relate?
team.
Yeah, that's why I don't be tweeting, bro. I be out of it.
my
Don't put that
God.
camera there.
My gosh.
That's
but,
a new way of
mean,
saying I'm scared. Don't put the cameras on you.
And then you all of a sudden what?
So here's
The
what I was
Giants
gonna
are
say.
right there.
Here's what I've also realized. It's so fucking hard to win a Super Bowl. Drew Brees is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He has won. Aaron Rodgers, another one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He has won. if you're not Brady, it's real fucking hard to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking about this guy on the ticket always brings us up about the Patriots. Their entire division has sucked his entire career.
Yeah.
Right now, the Bills are 4-1. With the Bills being 4-1,
sneaky good, the Bills.
If you combine the other two teams, the AFC East, outside of the Patriots, the total win 4. They are in the same division as the Dolphins and the Jets, the 2 worst teams in football.
Why is that an advantage?
Because
you got to play them.
You get basically 4 to 6 easy wins a year. Now, once you get that, you got 10 games left. So even if you go 500 in those games, which is bad, and the Patriots are a good team, now you're 11-5. But you still need to beat. You still need to beat them.
The top. No, I'm saying you still need to beat the top teams in the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
For sure,
right?
But it's easier to get home field advantage. And if you're the Patriots and you play in very cold weather and you're a good home team and you got good fans, this is not to say they don't deserve 6 Super Bowls, but it is something that's like, oh, that's a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah.
It seems like a way of discrediting success. That's what it seems like. And don't get me wrong, I think we all have that in us where it's like somebody is doing something differently than we are, and instead of looking at ourselves and seeing what we can change, we find ways to discredit what they're doing so well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I kind of agree. Like, and I'm a Jets fan, and I'm like, I know the Jets are terrible. I know you can pencil in 2 wins against them every year, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, there's something to the Patriots being so fucking good. Like, you know you're gonna play them.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're gonna play them.
And there's
you can't
something
get around
to not losing to those guys ever.
Exactly.
Like, even good teams have bad days. The Patriots don't really have a ton of bad days, and that's for sure. Let's say maybe they have 5 Super Bowls without that and not 6. Like, that's what I would say. I'd say they're still probably the greatest team ever, but it is a thing. That's like, oh, yeah, you guys don't ever really have
It's almost like
much.
you got to bypass the first round every year.
Right.
And then you usually get home field advantage. And they've gone on the road and won big games.
Beat the best.
They beat the Chiefs on the road.
Team.
To your point, they beat the Chiefs on the road in the AFC Championship game. Like, that's not nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Arrowhead's supposed to be a really tough place to play. So it doesn't discredit their greatness.
Right.
It is just...
I just think we have time to look for these things.
Yeah.
I generally get annoyed at that.
Prolonged success.
Anyway, my overall point is it's really fucking hard to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Like, even now, if you're thinking about real NFC contenders, the Eagles are always there.
Right.
I think the Cowboys are still in the mix toward the bottom of it.
Right.
But then you got the Saints. You got the Packers, who look fucking nasty all of a sudden.
Packers
great defense.
look
Still
great.
got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You got the Seahawks. Russell Wilson. You can't ever count him out. Like, that's just 4 teams off rip that are contenders.
Real quietly, too. Got to keep an eye on the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers 4-0.
Fucking Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Allen. That fucking defense looks good.
Can we talk about...
McCaffrey's probably going to be fucking... I mean, between him and Mahomes and Russell Wilson, those are like the 3 MVP candidates right now.
But can we discuss this a little bit? Like, is it me? Have I been away? Is he being, like, underappreciated?
Who, Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You would think a white running back
Yeah.
would be the top story of every article in America. I mean, like,
and it's not like he's a, you got the white quarterback, the white athlete joke. He's not like a gritty runner. He's not no. He's been
why don't you say his 80
You literally
80-yard
described his run as gritty.
You've never heard that joke? What is like?
Oh, because white people are gritty
Yeah,
athletes.
it's like, oh, he's a gym rat. He's a coach's son. They never just say, no, he's white and super fucking athletic. It's never that.
He's a freak. Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
His dad was a beast, too. Ed McCaffrey.
His dad was a beast. He was a beast in college.
Has a Super Bowl ring.
Oh, I remember Ed McCaffrey.
exactly.
That was his dad?
That's his dad. Yeah.
Like Elway?
And I want to say...
Elway, quarterback of the
Yeah,
Broncos.
what's his stand for,
Shannon
too?
Sharp, you know what's funny? This exact conversation, I remember watching something about Ed McCaffrey 2 decades ago when Shannon Sharp and him were both in the Broncos. Shannon Sharp said, I'm not going to try to... I know I don't want to make this a racial thing, but if Ed McCaffrey was black, he'd be a top 5 paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Facts.
So, but it is interesting because you don't see the racism is everything Twitter going crazy about the lack of coverage on Christian McCaffrey. Because
cheekly fucking freak athlete that's white and he studies so hard.
Yeah.
The guy knows the entire playbook.
Oh man, he's a coach's son.
Literally every it seems like every week Deshaun Watson has a clip about him knowing what he should know.
He's supposed to know
as a quarterback.
It's like, wow, I would watch
what
this.
a genius! This guy knows what defense is.
Like, yeah, he's an NFL quarterback, bro.
Wait, does he know where a DB is supposed to go on zone coverage?
He speaks so well. Wow. He's so well spoken.
Exactly.
That's what it feels like. I mean, which I get it though, because I'm like, if you're, a pro athlete and you get asked the same.
I see him make a soft fist again to describe a DB going back. What is this fist? Right? Put that in some gay guy's asshole. That's what that posture is. The point is clearly Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Being a white running back, if we really want to support minorities on this podcast, there is no greater minority in sports than the white running back.
White athletic running back.
It's not Mike Alstott.
That's what I'm saying. He's not powering through the tackles. Like no, he's blazing through motherfuckers.
This is pure
all-purpose
white speed.
catching.
White lightning.
White lightning. This is pure white lightning. And not touching any stories, he has more combined yardage than any top running back in the game right now. Ezekiel Elliott.
I saw some stat. It was like he has more scrimmage yards than Todd Gurley, Zeke, and
Melvin Gordon.
I want to say Melvin Gordon.
But Melvin
combined.
hadn't played the last.
Melvin played the first 2 games.
Yeah. So,
but that's been the thing about Christian. Even since college, they said the same thing about him. It was like, yo, if he was black or didn't go to Stanford, he wins the Heisman. Like he was a Heisman finalist. Like he probably could have won the Heisman. I forgot who won that year. I'm pretty sure it was probably deserving.
So why do you think? So I think the interesting discussion here is one: why is he not getting so much? Excuse me. Why is he not getting so much press? What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's starting to pick up now.
I think it's the reverse Deshaun Watson thing. I thought like Deshaun Watson going 15 or whatever it was so fucking crazy to me. And who's the quarterback of the Bears? Mitch Trubisky went number 2 overall, and the Bears traded up to get him. They passed on Pat Mahomes. They passed on Deshaun Watson. I think the idea that a black quarterback isn't athletic blows our mind. And the idea that a white quarterback is athletic, we're like, holy fuck, what a bonus. You know what I mean? With running backs, I think it's the same thing. If you're white, we're just like, he can't be that athletic. It's like being a black quarterback. Like, he's probably not that athletic. He's probably just like fucking studies a lot and like he's in the right place at the right time. He's like Cole Beasley or something.
I mean, it's starting to change a little bit.
But why do you think that there hasn't been the press? I understand why he hasn't.
That's not sexy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even white people don't care. White people aren't like, hey, we're athletic too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck.
Like, and on top of that, it's Carolina. You know what I mean? Like this story, the big story there is Cam Newton and Kyle Allen. Like, is Cam Newton going to play when he comes back? Like, never mind the fact that they're 4-1 right now. Never mind the fact that this guy is.
I think they're 4-2, and I think Cam was 0-2.
Right.
So they're 4-0 since Cam goes down.
But they're in the mix of that division. That division's tough.
Cam finna get Drew Bledsoe out this bitch.
He
this
might.
Keeps up. Yeah. I don't know how if he's ready next week, you're not putting him in. You fucking crazy? Yeah. If Kyle Allen loses a couple in a row, all right, maybe let's go back to Cam.
Is Kyle Allen white?
Yeah.
Dude, that white on white connect, bro.
That's what it is, dog.
That white on white connect, bro. Like, dude,
Christian McCaffrey's like, I don't know what it is about this quarterback, but I'm just saying.
Because Cam Newton is handing Christian McCaffrey off the ball, and then he's looking at this white guy, and he's like, should I just run it? Like, what is the point of giving this guy named Christian McCaffrey the ball when my name is Cam Newton, and I can do exactly what he does better?
I just think Cam's
wow, dude.
He took so much damage.
Cam hadn't been the same. Dog, I was the biggest Cam Newton fan.
Yeah.
Like, I would literally, it would
Since
be a
Auburn,
joke.
I loved Cam Newton.
I would make a joke about, like, I would just say the most ridiculous things about Cam, because I loved him. But he ain't been the same since that Super Bowl loss, man.
Bro.
Something about that shit. Then he started dressing like fucking Aunt Jemima out here. The whole weird thing. He's never the same.
Oh,
he was never the same. And now I think his body's broken or whatever.
His body's starting to portray him a little bit. He said when he did that whole weird-ass YouTube video, when he's, like, answering, like, why he's sitting out, whatever, he's like, I've come to realize that if I'm 80%, I'm at 80%, I can't help my team. I'm like, bro,
this is
everyone in the league is playing.
This is from the Hermes CTE line.
You know, Al, do you have any pictures of Burning Man? Or of us at Burning Man?
I don't think so.
I did this shit in Burning Man.
Burning Cam.
I did this shit in Burning Man, putting the fucking the what is it called?
Scarf?
The headscarf over like a babushka, like the Russian chick, under the hat, under where is? No. I had an actual bandana.
Not gonna hold you. Blaze is alright.
Cam's?
The Blaze is alright.
Yeah, he don't need all that other shit.
All this other shit, I don't know. Can't do it.
Anyway, we'll go find it. But it is a.
You know what you weren't thinking about at Burning Man? Being an NFL quarterback.
Yo, but I was getting equal amounts of brain damage. I'm pretty sure.
Poor Cam though, man. He was like, what was it? How long ago was his MVP season?
MVP season 3 years ago, I think.
Jeez. He is. Somebody said he
be
aged
like
like
that
a running
sometimes,
back.
guys.
I'm like one. I'm like, yeah. He's just.
Oh my God, they
fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
And you know it's funny that white on white connect you're talking about?
Yeah.
Because you got Brady and Edelman and Welker.
Yo, Brady love his white boys.
Son, there might be a thing to that.
Might be a thing.
Might be a thing.
Bro.
Let's not hype it up, though.
Bro, you need that white on white, dog.
Man.
You need that white on white, bro.
Kyle's been balling, bro.
Dude, look at that.
Is that Burning Man or is that when you were a pickup artist?
Where is this?
It's Burning Man.
Son, nah, but they don't got the, what's it called? But I do look like Cam.
Yeah, the hat.
No, but I had a thing. Maybe I'll find it. Whatever, I'll look for it later. Oh, yeah, you need that water out there. Are you in the desert, son? I miss that shit. I wish I fucking went this year. I mean, I'm grateful for everything we got going on, but I missed that.
You see that Adidas commercial? James Harden?
No, what is that?
So they put out a commercial.
Go on, because I want to talk about the Rockets.
They put out. Oh right, we got to talk. Put out a commercial saying, to be different, you got to talk about how different he is. And the big thing is, they called him the best scorer ever. It's like, if you're gonna be the best scorer ever, would you rather be unique or be the same or some bullshit, whatever? But like, yeah,
I think he's the best scorer ever.
You think he's the best scorer ever?
I mean, are we talking about times where black people were playing against black people, or they were playing against like Jewish guys?
I mean, I'm
like Wilt Chamberlain.
I think he's better than Wilt.
Okay, so Wilt Chamberlain was scoring 100, but he was scoring 100 against Finkelstein and fucking,
This sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, he was scoring 100 against the guys who ended up being his agents, right? So, if we're talking about modern NBA, it's really Jordan, Kobe,
KD.
I don't put KD up there.
I'll put KD up there.
I don't.
Oh, he's 7 feet tall.
I don't put him up there.
Interesting.
KD's
Why
in
not?
there. KD's in there. He won like 4. How many scoring titles has he won? Like 4 in a row, 5 in a row, some wild shit.
I don't put him up there.
He's in there for me.
And I think it's reasonable to put him there. I just.
Why not?
I think Harden had the most prolific scoring season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's
How many
hard
points a game did he average?
34.
Didn't Jordan average 38?
Yeah, Jordan averaged, I think, 36 one season.
Yeah, he had that 36 season. I would say.
You got to put KD in there, so.
KD's
all right, fine. You want to put him in, then put him in.
Well, MJ averaged 30 for his career.
Yo,
he averaged 30 for his career.
I would go past scoring though. If I'm talking about James Harden, I would say he's arguably the best offensive player ever.
That I could see before scoring, to be honest.
Because scoring is such a specific.
Yes.
And scoring, Michael Jordan literally averaged more points a game one season than James Harden's best, but Jordan and Kobe couldn't pass like Harden.
Yes.
Kobe put up 81. James Harden, I don't know what his career is, probably in the 60s.
He averaged 36 last year. Damn.
Who did?
Harden. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points a year.
I mean, and I guess what...
That is more than Jordan, I think. Jordan's 35, his career high.
He does take an inordinate amount of free throws a game.
His career. That's his career. We want the career high. He had one season where he averaged like 36 points a game.
Or 37. I want to say it was 88. Scroll down, Eden. Scroll down, Eden. I want to say it's 88. Click more, up more. Scroll to the right.
38.
To the right.
Yeah, I thought it was 38.
Boom, right here. 37.
37 a game.
Okay.
37 a game, yeah. And 35 a game.
And I think he had 32.5 and 8 assists one year. And this is bully ball. This is like hand checking allowed, all that shit.
Wow, 32, 8, and 8.
Oh my God.
33 really. It's 32
that 88 year was, oh my gosh, that's when the Jordan 4s came out too. Fucking the Chicago All-Star Game, free throw line. That's like the Jordan year. Like, that is the year that made him the fucking icon that year.
32, 8, and 8.
That's ridiculous.
Does he win a championship? No.
No, he doesn't. He didn't win his first championship until
the 90s.
Next year.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, 32, 8, and 8 is. I mean, that's so close to the triple dub. Anyway,
it's like, what's 2 rebounds and 2 assists? Like,
well, that's the thing is that we just require synergy. Like human beings, there's something about synergy and symmetry that we respect so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like that triple double, while it's really no more important than
32 and
8. I mean, a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I'd
it's
rather
not that
have
much.
49 and 9 than 38 or 30, 10 and 10.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yes. Gave the props. We got that one more assist.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah, but there's something so clean about it. But
best scorer ever though. I don't know, man.
well, let's.
I think he's had one of the best scoring seasons we've ever seen. But to call him the best scorer ever,
I think it's not unreasonable, but I also think it's a stupid goal. Because what the fuck does it matter if you can't win?
Very
like,
true.
imagine being the best scorer ever and it costs your team.
It's like being the best dribbler ever. It's
Yeah.
great, man, but if you're not winning...
Are you winning?
Yeah.
Maybe you should dribble less.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If what you're doing the best at
Yeah.
doesn't help your team win,
Yeah.
it hurts your team.
That's my point about Harden. That's my gripe with Harden. Is like, this is what you're stuck on, man. You haven't figured it out yet. And maybe it's still early, and maybe he can, but like, if what you're still talking about is your offense and being a better offensive player, dog, you don't get it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't necessarily put it all on him. He did
Melo
run,
3.0.
He did run into the Warriors 3 straight years, and they always end up going to the finals. So it's like you're losing to the team that always ends up in the finals. So it's like, granted, if there's no Super Warriors,
Yeah, I don't care either.
I think Harden gets there. I think he gets one.
Nobody
don't
says
care.
that about LeBron. Yeah, but he always loses to the Warriors. Nobody give a fuck.
I think
Well, he
plenty
lost
of
to
people give a
Spurs.
fuck.
You lose to champions because you're not a champion.
Right.
If you lose to champions
Right.
all the time, you're not a champion.
Gotcha.
100%. I mean,
That team.
I think we should talk about the Rockets because the Rockets owner, Daniel Morey or Morey.
GM.
No,
Daryl
Daryl
Morey.
Morey's the GM.
Sorry, the Rockets GM, Daryl Morey. Morey.
Morey.
That's how I always hear it.
The Rockets GM, Daniel Morey.
Daryl Morey.
The Rockets GM, Daryl Morey, is fucking up the bag.
Oh,
Yo.
gosh.
My man is fucking up the bag. Something must have happened. You cannot be this stupid. There is no way. And let me tell you something. I know GMs and I know presidents in the NBA. And the GMs and presidents that I know are incredibly intelligent and competent people. Yes. You don't get to that position without exemplifying decision-making skills.
And Morey's highly respected as a GM.
As a GM, highly respected. So, I don't believe what he did was an accident. Now, what he did was he tweeted out support for Hong Kong in the conflict that they have going on over there.
That's what that was. I was in London. I saw mad China's protesting something. I didn't know what it was about, bro. I couldn't understand them.
Who gives a fuck? Let them do the thing. Whatever. It is what it is. Right. So, and we don't even have to get into what it means. It doesn't matter. Point is, China and Hong Kong are beefing. Okay? China is massive business.
The biggest market in the NBA, not in America.
Not in America,
China.
but massive business specifically for Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they had Yao. Obviously, the Houston Rockets have changed their logo and jerseys to look more Asian.
Yeah.
First of all,
I didn't even think about
Oh,
it.
Houston's a huge.
Yeah, it makes sense. No, I see it now.
now it's complete, right?
They even
So
have
it's
like signature jerseys that are just
in
Chinese.
They became the Chinese team, meaning like everybody in China that likes the NBA is like, we fuck with the Rockets.
Yeah.
And if you ever notice,
There is
any Chinese basketball player that had any sort of anything in the NBA eventually played for the Rockets.
Of course. Why?
Jeremy
Because you sell
Lin,
them jerseys easy.
Out the door.
They gave Jeremy Lin the bag because they're like, listen, we're going to make this up with the Chinese rights. We're going to make this up selling shit to China. Blah, blah, blah. So this guy that I can't pronounce his name, Daryl Morey, tweets out support for Hong Kong. Now, you're the GM. You don't have any stake in the race. It's not, if you're Daryl Chen, right? If you're Chinese, if you're of Hong Kong descent, Daryl Chen, and you want some support for what's going on, like, you really care that much about democracy? Are you tweeting about antitrust shit in the States? Are you tweeting against Jeff Bezos? Are you You work for a billionaire who surely is doing things to interrupt the democratic process.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Like, that's another, and this is totally separate. I don't even want to stay that long on it, but you know what I find so fucking funny is that we laud these like billionaire owners of companies, right? Like Walmart and shit. Like they're these like capitalists that are like upholding the economic growth of America, right? And we punish the workers that start unions, right? To like protect their rights, right? But the reality is if you're a company, you're using all the resources that you have and all the money that you have to essentially get as much leverage as you can on the workforce.
Yep.
So all a union is going, well, none of us have a lot of money, but all of us together have a lot of money. So why don't we use that and leverage it against the company. It is the exact yang to the yin, or whatever it is. It's
necessary
the exact
evil.
It is, but yeah, it's a necessary evil.
It's a pain in the ass. I don't mean to say evil. It's just like a pain in the ass when you got to deal with union politics. But it's like you can't.
100%.
You can't escape it.
And don't get me wrong, the extremes of both are bad, right? Like a bad fucking business owner sucks, and a bad union owner fucking sucks. I don't want to get too long into it. All I'm saying is like it's funny the shit that we're force fed, and that's how we think about the world.
Right. It's funny because like the NBA is looked at as this progressive, league. I mean,
really anti-NFL.
Exactly. Like I mean, as opposed to like NFL, whatever. Like they're like the woke league, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes to show you, like,
ain't no billionaire woke, bro.
Ain't
the rest of y'all sleeping on how evil these motherfuckers are.
Yo, that's so fucking true, bro.
They let you have your little term woke because you don't see what we're doing when you really sleep.
They're looking at you like you sleep.
Yeah, you don't know what you're sleeping on.
It's going to. A lot of people ain't fucking that woke. Like trannies ain't even that progressive when you think about it. Like I was thinking about this. Like trannies only believe in 2 genders.
I don't get it.
Like the real woke motherfuckers believe there's how many genders?
63.
63. These trannies out here like conservatives, like
look at woke ass. They're looking at his face trying to compute.
I don't know.
63 genders.
I don't know what are they name 2 more.
Bro, I can't. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in 99% of it.
There's only 2 fucking genders. But the point is that these like super progressives are like, no, there's 63. But trannies are like, no.
There's
2. Right? That's why you're changing into the other one. Right? Like nobody changes into non-gender.
Right.
No one cuts their dick off, but like I don't know, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
nobody really.
Nobody goes, I'm transitioning into a sapiosexual. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of funny that like trans are bigoted by today's progressive standards.
Fair.
Valid. Right?
Valid. I was wondering this.
Alex, you talk to Weezy a lot. She says she's... No, I mean, there's the only reason why...
I know, right? That's
Weezy's
a wild
your homie.
Transition.
She named, like,
homie
she
like
says...
dude.
She what's the word? She identifies herself as, like, 5 different things, right? Or some shit like that?
Oh, I don't care when she's talks like that.
I feel like... I remember she said something about this.
Nah, yeah. But when she gets in that bag, I turn it off.
It's like cis male.
My thing, I just don't.
They got trans and trans with an asterisk as 2 different genders.
Can I
just
ask
don't
a serious
care
question?
enough.
Can I ask a serious fucking question, please?
Trans and masculine.
I need to know this.
Yeah.
Kaz. If gender is a social construct, completely created by society, why do you need to transition to something that's not real?
That's a valid ass question, yo.
So just by admitting that you feel like another gender, you're saying there's only 2 genders and gender's not a social construct. Yo, trans really out here are bigoted.
Yeah.
Son, trans and like the most conservative really got a lot in common.
Oh yeah.
What's other?
Both of y'all hate who you are.
Them.
I'm like, all these things, I'm like, okay, I guess somebody can explain what most of these, but somebody's just other?
Yo, that's a funny bit. The idea that like trans and conservatives are actually the same people. They both believe in 2 different, what is it?
2 genders.
They both believe in 2 different genders. They're not fucking with that like million gender shit. They both believe in something that's not real. God and trans stuff. Their wives are ugly.
Nah, I think conservative wives are probably better than liberal ones.
Oh, I was just talking about politician wives.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
That's my favorite bit on the Bill Burr special. Is it conservative presidents know how to keep their wives in check?
Oh my God, the Michelle Obama tour.
Son,
yeah,
that shit is so funny, bro.
She got an arena tour about not having a job. But he goes,
what does the first lady do?
He goes, conservative wives know how to. He goes, say what you want about conservative presidents, but they know how to keep their wives in check. He goes, George Bush was president for 8 years. I still don't know his wife's name.
That's facts. That's facts. I forgot. Chris Rock had a bit about that too. This is before Michelle even like got popping.
What is that?
She was like, "Oh, you can't have no black first lady." She's like, "Yeah, I said it." He's like, "Why?" It's because she gonna want too much of the spotlight. She's like, "Oh no, you ain't president. We president." And that's exactly what happened, yo. We saw Michelle Obama every week, yo.
Son, I saw a wild clip, bro. I don't even know if we could say it on here, but like, just about the god, Chris Rock.
What happened? Uh-oh. I don't know if I like this.
Tread lightly, please.
Yeah, tread super lightly. I fuck with Chris Rock, man.
That's who made me a comic.
People tell me the highest compliment I get is sometimes people are like, yo, you know, you remind me of Chris Rock. That was my, and I know, that was my guy for a long time.
Yeah. He taught me about taxes. Just watching the stand. Well, what happened? What's the clip?
I just, someone was saying.
Oh, gosh. I know if it pains you to say it, it may not be.
I hope it's not. Someone was saying, I can't be true.
Can we save it for Patreon?
Maybe we save it for that.
That's the move, yo.
When you got to think of this hard,
Patreon is a safe space, yo.
Have you heard any rumors about Chris and, him getting some help or anything?
Oh, yeah. I've been hearing that for decades, bro.
Okay.
Oh, that's what you're talking about? But I think they openly say it sometimes.
No, he don't. No. I know what he says.
Really?
I know what he says.
Oh, he don't write his own shit?
No, because I'm
not saying that. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing that for decades.
I don't know if I could believe. I don't know.
Since I started comedy, I've been hearing that.
And again, that could go right back to this Patriots shit where it's like you see someone have that much success, you got to find ways to knock it down. Like
Drake.
Exactly, right? Same shit happened with Drake. Someone has that much success, you got to find out why you're not successful. It could easily be a bunch of comics. It could be easily a bunch of comics hating. That's why I don't even like putting that shit out there. And that's why I ask. I don't even like, so let's not.
But for the award shows, they group up.
Everybody got writers for the award shows. For the roasts, everybody got writers. We're talking about his stand-up.
Writing for a roast is a collective process between you and your homies.
Yes. Yeah. You bring the team, you bring the squad together, and you guys, and the same thing with a award show. You bring the squad together. You literally hire a team of writers, like a late night set, and you guys put that together.
Got you. Okay. So you're saying for stand-up.
But for stand-up, that's got to be you. Listen, all of us for stand-up, if Akaash has a great line for me, I'm going to take the line. 100%. Or if I have a line for Akaash, he's going to take the line. Like, if I have
a premise I think Andrew could do more with, I'd be like, yo, this might work better for you. This never happened, but it could. And 100%. Then the rest of the joke is his.
100%.
I'm not going to be like, hey, here's a full bit, just take that.
Son, there was I think it was Seinfeld said that, like, Cosby gave him a premise or something like that. I forget, but it was like...
Better than a lot of things he could have given you.
Coffee.
I think that happens with everything.
That happens in music too.
Yeah.
It happens in music all the time. It's like somebody just comes in and is like, hey, 100%. Say this is okay.
Yeah. So, but I think what happens is when motherfuckers see the success that you have and they know, because that's the thing about comics. Comics, are some envious motherfuckers, just like anybody in a competitive field, right? Yeah. Where there's not a lot of resources and there's a lot of people, you get envious. So it might be a joke that Rock says, then a comic says to somebody else, they go, I gave him that shit. You ain't give him the whole joke. You might have given him a line, but you go, I gave him that shit. And then the game of telephone starts where it's like, yo, matter of fact, blah, 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 was writing for him. And so.
And by the time you know, it's a whole different news story. And it's, you wrote the whole song. You wrote the whole
Then some one-legged rapper is out here complaining.
Damn, what happened? Poor guy, bro. Poor guy. He ain't even put himself on blast. That's why I feel bad for him. Like, it'd be one thing if he was like, yo, I wrote all the songs. Like, come on, Meek. You couldn't eat that one? You could just let that one slide, bro. Like, now he's walking around with a peg leg, no hits.
He already got one leg, dog.
Oh, no, he got, this is after.
Oh, they took his leg?
Yeah, they had to tax him. Nah.
Damn, son. They took his leg?
Son, Drake don't play, son.
Drake don't play.
Drake's a goon, son.
Drake is a goon, bro.
Wait, really?
Drake is a
mob boss type shit.
Talk to me.
Mob boss type shit.
What has he done?
I've heard that. Maybe from Kaz. He don't got bodies, but he got guys who will get bodies for him.
Gladly.
Who has done the work? Talk to me.
Fuck. All right, so bam, there's a song that just came out called you Top Boy. You watch Top Boy. He had a song called Behind Bars. And the song Behind Bars, he says something along the lines of, something, like, we're happy. Basically saying like we're happy there was no camera phones out around this time. Talking about a time of Coachella. Talking about a time of Nobu. Right. There is a artist who was popping at the time, and he had an issue with the artist. The artist said you took a melody of a song and made it a hit record. And he came up to him drunk at a party one time.
Just say it was Dram, yo. What the fuck?
All right, Dram. Bro? All right, Dram got his ass handed to him.
Whatever.
Yep. At a party. I guess he came up to him drunk, whatever. Like, yo, man, you know.
So Dram came up drunk.
Yeah, Dram had a song called Cha Cha. Remember?
Yeah, I like the Cha Cha.
Couple months later, Hotline Bling comes out. Basically, a very similar song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was hot about it. And according to reports,
I mean, Drum literally stole the cha-cha.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right.
These people crazy, bro.
But anyway, according to reports,
so he beat up a guy that pressed him.
He pressed Drake at his own party.
So then you get beat up. You
and Drake's
idiot.
like, "Yo, like, calm down. We'll talk about this later." And he's like, "No." And then by the time fingers are waving, it was just.
I heard a story about Drake. I still don't like the man, but this is the fucking illest story. He's talking. Imagine it's me and Kaz talking at a party like this. My homie from Canada, comic we know, said he saw this happen live.
Dave
he's this close. And it's imagine Drake and his homie talking like this, real close. And then a girl, let's say you're Drake actually, a girl slides in between them, Drake and the girl, and just starts like getting in Drake's face, just like yelling at him, whatever. Drake just turns his head to the side and then claps over his head like that, and then security comes and grips this girl up and throws her out the fucking. Yo, my man.
He did an MJ Thriller clap?
Yeah.
MJ Thriller clap is exactly what it was.
Bye,
MJ
bitch.
Thriller clap. Just turn to the head, little like crooked face, like, all right, this bitch. Lets her talk for a little bit and then
That's
just.
funny. They grabbed and picked that bitch up. She's like, get back here.
Nah, people try to front on Drake just because he sings and shit. Like, he don't got to be the toughest guy, but he got tough guy money. He got good money, bro. Like, all you got to do is make the call. I've heard some other shit about Drake that I'm so not at liberty to talk about.
Oh, tell me.
Patreon.
Yeah, we'll talk Patreon. But
tell me.
I mean, there's rumors. You've all heard the rumors.
Yeah.
I ain't heard the rumors.
You ain't heard the rumors about XXX?
Oh, yeah.
That he took out X?
I mean, Kanye. All right, I'll put it on Kanye since it's not on me. When Kanye was having his tweet storm back in the day, talking about how Drake was threatening him and sending purple heart emojis and like the whole fucking sicko mode verse. The whole verse about sicko mode is about how he was planning to fuck Kanye up. The entire verse is dedicated to crept down the block, made it right, cut the lights, nothing nice, niggas think it's sweet, it's on sight. Like he's talking about. Because he lives down the street from Kanye.
He lives in Calabasas.
He lived down the street from Kanye West. And he's literally talking about like...
But why rap about some shit you didn't do?
I mean, so Kanye, when he was doing his tweet storm and he was...
I'm personally concerned about this because...
Why did you say?
We put out that joke.
Yeah.
And he hit me in the DMs about it.
Oh,
but he seems to have a sense of humor.
He had a good.
That was funny.
That's different. It's different. Like
until we go back to Toronto.
Apparently, the him and Kanye thing goes back a long time.
All right, our sign is thunderclap.
See the MJ clap. Like, yo,
that's Alex just in the distance. Like I think Schulz waving goodbye.
But Kanye kind of alluded to the rumors and a lot of people allude to the fact that like Drake might have had him touched. And even before XXX passed away, like he had an Instagram story. You could Google the shit where he basically said, "Yo, if anything ever happens to me, Drake did it."
Yeah. Kanye be getting too loose-lipped though.
Wild loose-lipped.
He
wild loose-lipped.
Outed Jay's like, "Oh, don't send your killers after me" and all that type of shit. It's like these motherfuckers do have killers.
He was legitimately scared. Yeah,
like Diddy has killers, Jay has killers. Like just people who will ride for them.
That's how you know Diddy a real one because Diddy punched Drake and nothing happened to Diddy.
Yeah.
Well, who's gonna touch Diddy?
Exactly. Yeah. That's how you know Diddy slapped him. Diddy got his people too.
Okay, hold the fuck on. So you're telling me
Diddy slapped a lot of young motherfuckers, by the way.
Can we get? I just need to get this right. You're telling me
that shit is an honor.
X said that if anything happens to him, Drake did it.
It wasn't a sub. It was on his Instagram story. Yeah. Like, he put that shit up. Yeah.
And nobody questioned Drake after the X murder.
Nope. I'm still kind of nervous about talking about this now, to be honest.
I wasn't going to speak on that.
I told you,
I'm saying the rumors have been out there. I'm not bringing it up.
I never heard about this.
Ain't this crazy?
X
said... If something happens to me, Drake did it. Nobody did anything when he got killed. Then they went after
that little
Dina
girl,
Hashem for a Venmo joke.
Yeah.
That just shows you that everybody's a coward. They go after the easiest.
Yeah.
So wait, you got video of this, but it's on YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck. YouTube need to stop playing, bro.
Well, I could find it. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying, Drake. I wouldn't fuck around with Drake. Is what I'm saying. Don't let the sing songs and the light skin fool you. I know for a fact he's had people touched. I don't know how many people, but there's rumors out there. Is all I'm saying. There's always been those rumors.
And now apparently X died.
Yeah, go back and listen to Sicko Mode.
Yeah, I need to look at that again. But apparently, I think X died, and then Drake tweeted something, or like, didn't he Instagram something?
I mean,
didn't they say?
People say the lyrics to "I'm Upset" was kind of him gloating about it, allegedly.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. What was it? I'm upset.
He said SMS XXX. He's like, why you keep shooting if you know that nigga dead?
SMX?
SOS XXX. Something.
Why did he even mention XXX?
I mean, because it was a double entendre. It's like XXX. Saying, like, what's the word?
That's the only time I
SMS
ever shot below the neck.
XXX. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why I keep shooting if you know that nigga dead? That's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. Yeah. So SMS is like text messages.
Yeah.
XXX, but it was a double entendre for like sending nudes or sending.
Shoot below the neck means like bust in, like shoot below the neck, like come on somebody. Like XXX, like XXX, like it's.
Yeah, but the double entendre is that like you can take like a nude of yourself below the neck. You know, so it was like the double entendre was XXX as in porn and XXX as in the rapper.
Oh my god. Son, how did he get no smoke for this? How is this not like a national
because he can just say
story?
that. No, I'm talking about porn.
Artistic liberty, bro.
X fans, y'all need to go at this man. Y'all ain't about.
Oh no, they've been after him. Like, look at all these. There's literally tons of shit on the internet about like conspiracies that Drake had him touch.
You ain't exposing his home address.
But we love rap conspiracy.
Yeah.
Man, you can look at Drake's home from Google Maps. You don't gotta expose that one.
Yo, who's the rap Alex Jones?
I would have kind of put what's his face on
Elliot?
there. Academics a little bit.
Oh, academic.
But now he's kind of.
Oh, okay, I guess in an exploitive sort of way.
During that Chicago shit, he was really on the front line and reporting all that shit.
No, but that's reporting. Like, who's the guy who's straight conspiracy theory and rap?
Talking about.
Yo, if someone want to make money,
probably Lord Sear. Maybe. Lord Jamar. He does Vlad TV shit.
Yeah,
but that's like some like race shit. Like, I'm talking about just rap. Like,
that's a lane.
Yo, that would be a massive lane. If you're rap Alex Jones, you just get out there saying what this really means and what this bar is really for, and this person really got killed by that person.
See, but rappers is sensitive, and that guy will get touched.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth it's not worth the juice ain't worth the squeeze over there.
Say what?
Yeah. And he almost got touched.
Yep.
He almost got touched.
He needs security when he goes out.
Really?
Yeah.
So Ack got security.
Yeah. So Ack looked like if I gave up.
So that's when I knew I needed to hit the gym. When somebody said, "Oh, you look like a skinny version of Ack," I was like, "Damn!" If I'm even
Alex Demics.
If I even get in that comparison, oh shit, I gotta hit the gym.
I mean,
interesting. Interessante.
Never mind.
Anyway, so okay. What else? What else is there? Oh, what else is there?
Basketball's back tonight.
We didn't talk about how Rockets are going to fire Daryl Morey. Oh, this is what I was going to ask you real quick to wrap up Daryl Morey. You think he did this on purpose to get fired?
So that's what I'm curious about. Oh, I don't know how we fucking... This kid is... Sorry.
Gagnon.
Yeah. So that's what I'm curious about is a guy that's so good at making these decisions, a guy that's so calculated and understands the risk and reward of every single thing he does. He knows exactly where that organization's bread is buttered. And furthermore, that's a problem for the NBA because you know what they canceled? They canceled all these like G League games.
China games.
They were doing G League games in China.
Swiftly
China shut it down. So, he cost the NBA
a lot of money.
It might be
Probably
eventually billions,
Probably
dude.
Probably a bill.
Dude, and I mean, Adam Silver got to be going fucking nuts right now, dude. He got to be going fucking nuts.
You know how you know it's a huge story?
You don't hear about it.
You don't hear about
That's
it.
a great point.
That's how you know it's a big fucking story. I'm just like, you're just going to upset an entire nation.
Son,
that
100%. This is
bankrolls a lot of probably the second biggest league in the entire country.
Yo,
and
Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Under Armour. They all do those camps out there where they send Steph Curry, they send Kyrie.
Most of them make their sneakers out there.
Yes.
Oh, they all make their sneakers
every single signature
athlete.
Every single signature athlete has to go to China. Like,
they be putting the fucking shoelaces in America. The rest of the shit is made in fucking China, guaranteed. I don't want no American making my sneaker.
I don't know.
Hands too big?
I had them
fucking, yo, son, real talk, I can't have no American making my fucking sneaker, dog.
You need a Chinese child.
I need the sweater.
It
like don't gotta be a kid.
But it helps.
It gotta be.
Are they ever kids? I never seen like a
Do you
teen
mean like
Chinese.
do Chinese people have childhoods?
I only
I would
seen
say
them
no.
like be a baby and then be
Sweatshop workers.
Yeah, like they only got a few different phases. Like
Asians
they got
only have 3
baby,
ages.
then they got teen, and then they got old. But I never seen an Asian that looked like they couldn't work in a sweatshop that wasn't a baby. Does that make sense? Like baby, no, but every other age. Have you ever seen a 10-year-old Asian? You never seen one of them. Where have you seen a 10-year-old Asian in your whole life? I went to school with them. I don't even remember them. I had, in my high school, 50% Asian, right? Before that, I didn't see a 10-year-old Asian.
They just look the same until they have long
My best
white
friend
beards.
is Chinese since I was 12.
Say what? Say that again.
My best friend is Chinese since I was 12.
And how long he been 12? You don't know how long
They
he
just
been
don't
12.
age, yo.
It's
They
not
have
even
an
about don't age.
impeccable
They
aging.
never are. It's like, you know how like you don't see the fucking pigeon when they're a baby? You know how you only see adult
You only see
pigeons? You
adult
never seen a
pigeons.
baby pigeon. Like, we live in New York our whole life. We ain't never seen
I've
a
never seen
baby pigeon.
in my life.
That's Asians, bro. You
They
see,
just come out 12 years
son, you
old.
see the eggs in the nest, right? They get born. They're adorable as fuck born. They make a couple Instagram videos that are absolutely adorable. And the next time you see them, they're teens, bro.
Oh
You don't see 10-year-old Asian.
What about the little kids playing the piano all the time?
They're old enough.
They're not kids.
They're
That's
old
the-
enough.
They're 20?
They're 20 years old. They could be 20 years old easily.
10?
They got like 30 leg hairs total. But they don't shave them, but they got 30 total leg hair. They don't be shaving their legs, bro. At least the ones in my high school. These bitches have 30 total leg hairs, 15 on each. And them shits would stay, bro. Look like my beard. Can we not be on SNL?
Hey, let me tell you something. That ship has sailed a long time ago.
Gosh.
Years ago. We lost that opportunity.
We did, Rose.
Yo, who's this Tacko Fall on?
Tacko Fall is my guy.
Yeah, he's
Fuck
back.
with Taco.
Has interviewed him.
What's his
I
story?
did interview him for a slam. He went to Boston. Oh, not Boston College.
Sure, you found out everything there's to know about Tacko Fall.
Go.
I don't know, he's 7'8" or some shit.
7'6".
7'6".
Yeah.
Why are they making a big deal about him coming back?
Because he's hilarious.
Oh, he's funny? Oh, I don't know anything about him.
No, he's just
He's
massive.
hilariously like
He could dunk while he's standing.
he was a meme for a while. Like, so there was this video going around and like when he was in high school about like this fat kid trying to guard him.
Oh,
And, like,
that
he
was
checks into the game.
hilarious, dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
He just goes,
And he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I was just looking at him up and down. And then, like, he was kind of terrible for his first 2 years of college. And then, like, last 2 years at UCF, he kind of looked like he could walk and chew gum at the same time. And now he's in the NBA. Great guy, though.
you
Great
can't
guy.
teach 7'6".
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you just are 7'6", and you take that risk because you're like, if we could bare minimum make him a defender,
If he could run up and down.
just run up and down
In
And
this
defend.
NBA, though?
for 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
And
just
he's
go in
worth
there.
it for 10 minutes. Like, think about this. You're in the Eastern Conference Finals. It was so funny.
Yo, look at Leonard Oots trying to guard Tacko Fall. That is hilarious.
You're in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then you have to deal with Kyrie Irving going to the basket.
Okay. Yeah.
You have a guy who's 7'6", that's just going to put his fucking hands up and make Kyrie shoot over it. Just make it difficult.
Yeah.
He's
It's like
already
the-
the heaviest player in the NBA.
Oh, weight-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like 7'6", like 3 something.
Wow.
Shit.
Largest motherfucker in the league.
Yeah, I don't play around. Anyway,
Big motherfucker, man.
I think you got time to pay some bills, baby. I think it's time to pay some bills, baby. Guys, we're not playing. Okay? We're not fucking playing around here. The Athletic is a subscription-based publisher of smarter sports coverage for the diehard fans. Let me tell you something. This is how you know the Athletic is getting down to good reporting. This is how you know the Athletic. This is how you know the Athletic is talking about some shit. I think you know.
Talk to us. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
This is how the Athletic is actually breaking stories and making sense and putting the stuff out there that is bothering the powers that be. Mm-hmm. What is that motherfucker's name? The owner of the Mavs?
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban was trashing the Athletic. Now, Mark Cuban is a billionaire, is a good business guy, got his little Shark Tank shit, is a great owner of a team, and but he likes his control and he likes his power. He don't like the NBA telling him what he can and can't do. He pushes buttons wherever the fuck he can. They say don't play Tony Romo. He's going to have Tony Romo suit up. Mm-hmm. He's going to have Tony Romo the layup line. He does not like being told what to do, and he likes controlling his narratives and controlling the industry itself. The Athletic put something out to piss that man off. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it was?
I don't know what it was.
I
just knew immediately as soon as I saw the tweet. Something's
bothering. It was personal.
Yeah.
And the only way he could counteract it was to shit on it, which is actually...
They're going to big it up even more.
Yeah.
Going to big it up more, but also must means it's truthful.
Yeah.
It's like when someone accuses you. I'm trying to not use something really bad because we're still doing an ad.
It's like when Jay-Z said, I'm about $1, what's 50 cents? And everybody's like, who's 50 cents? Mm-hmm. Like, Jay-Z ain't saying that if it didn't bother him. Yeah, and now, that's what made you know 50 is somebody to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, the Athletic is doing good work. And the model is so simple. No ads, no pop-ups, no autoplay videos. Hey, what's wrong with ads? Coverage goes beyond the game, clearly. Recaps to provide smarter analysis and a deeper perspective about teams and leagues. Subscribers have a full access to all national and local NBA coverage, plus stories, podcasts, videos from all sports. It's all courtesy of their team of talented writers, which includes the likes of, who's your favorite over there, Akaash?
Shams. I like Shams. I like Bob Sturm, the ticket guy.
Frankie Ice.
Frankie Ice. Mm-hmm. My man David Aldridge's over there. Sam Amick. Zach Harper. Ken Rosenthal.
Man Big Wass. Count the dings.
Let's go. Yes, Stuart Mandel, Bruce Feldman, Jay Glazer, more. Subscribe to The Athletic today. Go to theathletic.com/flagrant2 and you get 40% off a yearly subscription.
If you're a Cowboys fan, Bob Sturm is the best.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
He is the guy.
The guy.
So that comes out $2.99 per month. That's all you got to pay, $2.99 per month for the best sports coverage that exists in written form. All right, theathletic.com/flagrant2. Theathletic.com/flagrant2. And we're back, baby. What else we want to talk about, boys?
I only had a few things written down football-wise, and we just talked about them. Is Deshaun Watson, if he's not top 5 QB, he's top 6. Mahomes, Breeze, Wilson. Brady, Rodgers, Wilson, Watson. That's my list. Not in any particular order. I know I put Watson at 6, but...
I got Mahomes.
I got him right outside. I don't know who. I can't think anybody who's putting up crazier numbers.
He puts up crazy numbers.
With no offensive line.
More with less. Outside of...
You got Hopkins. You got the best receiver in the league, probably.
Will Fuller, who looked pretty good yesterday. But Watson, man, and the hype coming out of Clemson was Dabo was calling him the Michael Jordan of football. He's like, if you pass on this guy, it will haunt you for the rest of your tenure if you're a GM. And so far...
So good.
Dog, if the Bears had him... Instead of Trubisky.
The Bears might have won a Super Bowl by now if they had Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
I don't think they lose to the Eagles last year. I'll say that.
Of course not. Because Trubisky has cost them games. And the thing about Deshaun Watson is like he's not going to cost you a game, and he's good enough to win you a game. He's good enough to will you to win a game.
He'll throw some picks, but nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Nothing game costing. Like he'll get you. Like if he throws a pick that costs you the game, it's because he got you close enough to make it a one-possession game.
In college, like coming out of the draft, how he slid so much.
He's black.
And to be honest, that's what I was saying. they can't, like, if you're not super athletic as a black dude, they can't understand how you're going to be good.
Yeah.
In the same way they can't understand how a white not quarterback could be athletic. It's like the Christian McCaffrey flip. It's like, oh, he can't just be like a really smart, like, break down a defense quarterback. He's not super, he's athletic, but he's not super athletic, so probably middle of the first round is where we should be.
That was the knock on Dwayne Haskins. He broke a shit ton of records in Ohio State.
I'll say this
and he's not athletic.
Real quick side note about Dwayne Haskins. I was watching him in his post-game press conference. I was like, yo, my man look kind of fat.
He does give me like Byron Leftwich vibes a little bit. Like
kind of husky, kind of fat.
Kind of
round in the chin. He was talking real salty, talking about get used to me being up here smiling. I know I had a bad game, but this is one of the few I'm going to have. Some crazy shit like that. And I was looking at him. I was like, yo, bruh, you look like, what's that cartoon in the 80s that came out with the fat baby? Was a black family? Baby's Kids. You look like one of Baby's Kids.
I love that movie.
Anyway, Deshaun Watson's a top 5 QB. Dwayne Haskins is fat. These are the two things I feel like I have to say.
I got Mahomes my number 1. I got Russell Wilson as number 2.
All over Brady?
I put Aaron Rodgers 3. I'm talking about like, yo, I'm starting a franchise right now. Who am I taking to build around? Okay. And I think you still need a little bit more pieces to make Brady work. But if I'm just starting,
Rodgers, Breeze, and Brady are all older.
That too.
They're all on the wrong side of 30.
That too. So I got
40.
I got Mahomes, Wilson, Rodgers. Fuck. I think I'll put Watson in there. My 4th, and my 5th might be like, fuck. I guess Brady. I guess I personally like Drew Brees better, but I'll put Brady just off the fact that the motherfucker wins and he's got that thing that, you know, maybe if he's on another team, maybe he still wins 2 or 3 Super Bowls, maybe not 6, but he just got that thing where he just fucking wins.
He got that maniacal work ethic.
Yeah, he's got that thing about him, so I'd still take him as my top 5. But yeah, Mahomes is still he's the boss don. He's the final boss right now as far as quarterbacks right now. That motherfucker makes throws that I didn't even think you can get away with in the NFL.
He had a crazy touchdown pass yesterday.
Yeah. Like,
he scrambled, so as soon as he dropped back
impressive.
To pass, yes, as soon as they dropped back to pass, he's playing. I think the Colts. He's at like the Colts 30-yard line. Drops back to pass, no pass protection. 2 linemen get through. He runs to his right, then another lineman comes, so he runs all the way back around to his left, or maybe I flipped.
He's going
runs
to
left
he's going
first,
back
then
to his
right, all the way to the other side of the field, and then just tosses.
He runs.
Should have been like a 15-yard loss.
He runs to his right, but his right was the same direction as the defense because he was running away from where he wanted to go.
The exact opposite way, came back, nailed somebody wide open, and it's like he's just got arm talent that I could only remember like Brett Favre having.
Yeah, he was
where
filthy.
It's just like, why the fuck are you throwing that? Oh, because you could make that throw.
But he hasn't been playing well last couple games.
I mean,
he had a good game, I thought, against Detroit for the most part. I think, he still put up like 30-something. Last game, the Colts controlled the ball for like 37 minutes, which is a lot. That leaves the Chiefs 23.
Yeah.
So that was their game plan, is we're going to drain the clock so you can't get it.
Let's take the ball out of
Mahomes' hands. And he didn't have a great game still, but that was also part of it, is the Colts were like, all right, we're going to run their running back, Mack. He's good. We're going to run this guy. We're going to control the ball. We're going to control the ball, bleed the clock, and then just try to beat you. Just make it a waiting game.
That's the game plan.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Guys, before we get out of here, let's say some dates. And for those of y'all who will be joining us Friday, Patreon, we might have some saucy shit about how Drake's a mass murderer. Okay, Kaz gonna really open up.
We just might, goddammit.
That's patreon.com/flagrant2. If you want to join the army, keep that motherfucking shit tight. But yeah, everybody get them dates out. I know that we will be, you can get tickets for all my shows, theandrewschulz.com. Next thing we are coming up is Palm Beach. We'll be at the Palm Beach Improv in Florida, October 26th. Then the 1st of November, I'll be in Chico, California. Then the 2nd and 3rd, I'll be in Sacramento, California. I believe we have some tickets left for the late show on the 3rd. And then we come back the 14th. I'll be in Connecticut at the Wall Street Theater. Then the 16th, we'll be in Boston at the Wilbur Theater. We got 2 shows there, some tickets left for the 2nd show. Then the 22nd of November, New York. First show sold out. 2nd show got some tickets left, but get them quick. TheAndrewSchulz.com. We just added a bunch more shows, so go to the website. Go check it out. Akaash.
I'm going to be in Minneapolis this Friday at Sisyphus Brewing. 2 shows, 7 and 8:30. Come through. The next day I'm in Detroit at the Independent Comedy Club. Show is at 9. San Diego, I'm at the American Comedy Club November 7th through November 9th. Then Tempe, Arizona, one show at the Tempe Improv on November 10th. And then Hartford, Connecticut, I'm coming through on November 14th. It's in central Manchester, Connecticut. The Hartford Funny Bone. Come through. Buy tickets at my website, akashsingh.com.
Tonight, anybody in New York City, come to the Adidas Original Store in Soho. I'll be hosting the Talk series with Adidas Originals and the founders of the Rolling Loud Festival, Tariq Sharif and Matt Singler. Yo Q will be DJing. For more info, go to adidas.com/NYC. Also, be hosting a party with the Dussepalooza guys called Rhythm and Flow for Netflix. It's a new show starring Tip, Chance the Rapper, and Cardi B. Also tomorrow, October 8th at 7 p.m. at the Regal Ewok. Come through for that. And this Saturday, Dussepalooza, Washington, D.C., Howard Homecoming weekend. If you filed this weekend, you know the big headliner is Pusha T, one of my favorite rappers, one of the biggest rappers as far as getting Palooza to where it's at. He's coming back to D.C. where he first came, so it's a big show. Jay Murphy, DJ Academics, not that one. Where's Nasty, DJ Scream, DJ C Styles, and DJ Schemes will be on the 1s and 2s. Get your tickets at dussepalooza.com/tickets.
Okay. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Flagrant 2. No easy buckets. Spread the word. Spread the flagrancy. Peace.
Shout out to the new fucking champ.
Yeah.